Welthal, David Tuckman here for AVA Poker. It is Magic Monday, folks. That's right.
Oh, here we go. Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, look at these hands.
Kings are good. We are heads up. The double elimination. I love double KOs. Whoa.
No, he calls, and it's going to be over.
I've got a keyword giveaway, Nick.
This is for another $109 ticket.
We're going to go with Madrid.
Type Madrid in chat. Type it. Wants to win.
There's a ticket. Oh, Banfield had a big one.
Oh,
Banfield.
The Jillians.
Oh, wow. What a run out. Do you believe in magic? That's right, folks. It's Magic Monday. Nick Welthal, David Tuckman here, courtesy of 888 Poker, and it is another magical $100,000 mystery bounty main event final table giveaways, free rolls, monkeys, dogs flying, cats jumping. It is going to be an epic Monday. How are you, Nick?
Yeah, cool. I do believe in magic. I'm excited to see some of those animals flying out of your face during the course of the evening. It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
What? Yes, and give away prizes, I was going to say. Because that's what we're here for. That's the joy of Magical Mondays.
And other good news, by the way, I am home at my home studio, which means I have the loud noisemakers. That's right, folks. I know many of you are here for the noisemakers. Some of you are here for the shout-outs. Maybe some of you are here for the free roll or the giveaways. But they're all here today on this Magical Monday. So thank you for being here. Exciting news, by the way. We like to celebrate our chat pros. Those of you who join us and love us and everything like that. Apparently, Quantum Criminal, who is a regular chatter, is at our final table.
Yes, screen name Thoy. That is Quantum Criminal, so we're going to be very biased. Anyone that chats to us regularly gets huge biased commentaries and shout-outs from us. Our chat is the most elite. We know this from the free roll track record. Our chat is the most elite poker chat on the planet, and no surprise to see a representative on the final table. Yeah,
Harvard actually just put out a study. They put out a study of different chats and, effectiveness, how funny they are, how intelligent they are. And ours rated in the top 4% globally.
I'm not shocked.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Once again, shout out to Harvard for that study. Thank you for putting that in.
What a tremendously worthwhile use of time for Harvard University there.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've got $1 billion endowment. Our government pays a lot of money, so I'm glad it's going to good use. Thank you, Harvard. By the way, next time, if somebody else in the chat does make a deep run, we would really appreciate it if your chat name and your screen name were the same. Makes it easier for us.
And also creates a personal brand. It's 2025. You've got to, do you know what I mean? It's all about selling yourself. You can't do that with lots of different names. Possible.
It doesn't work. So 8 players remain in our field. We've got an amazing free roll starting for you in just about 27 minutes. We'll get that in a second for you. 8 players here, all of them guaranteed $750 plus whatever they've taken home in bounties. If you are the, by the way, Quantum Criminal, he's already locked up $1,600 in bounties. So
sweet.
Well done.
Yeah, lovely.
I'm wondering if Quantum Criminal is here via one of our tickets.
Well, I have the inside jazz on that, David. Unfortunately, he's not, although you could be, because we're giving away tickets to tournaments this size, $109 tournaments. So you could be. He's actually here via satellite, which is the thing that we constantly say to you all. Play satellites, amazing value. Your chance to play bigger tournaments than your budget would normally allow. Spin it up and guarantee yourself a few thousand like Thoy's done.
Yeah, it's... obviously we try to have a good time here and just try to, most of the stuff we say is only half serious, but playing satellites is just an absolutely fantastic way to get yourself into bigger tournaments, gives you good experience, builds you confidence, and gets you the experience that you need to kind of move up in level as well. Well done here. So we got a raise on the button from Vortex, and Prodigy has said, I think we're going to play for a little higher. And that's an interesting spot because that's one of the that is the chip leader versus the player who was kind of third in chips.
Uh-huh.
I don't think Prodigy needed a big hand to make that play. It turns out they had one, though.
Do you remember the Prodigy? They did Firestarter, among other fantastic tracks, but Firestarter was the best.
I remember Prodigy, the online service.
There you go. Just as exciting and fun.
Like Prodigy, the online service, like predated AOL.
I have to take your word for it.
Yeah, I think it was like, I want to say it was one of the first ones. At least it was my first one. Oh, look at this. What a flop for Queen Jack of Hearts.
Yeah, that's a bingo flop. Perifini is short stacked, but not the shortest stack. But there's not really an ICM consideration here. It's not like a huge money jump or anything like that. So they should be aggressive here.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I mean, also, you've got Queen Jack of Hearts. Now, if you had like an ace, you could make the argument that you've got showdown value and you don't need to be aggressive and you're not getting a hand that's better than yours to fold. But in this case, you are getting, you're getting ace highs to fold, you're getting king highs to fold, and you want that. Flatting, certainly anything but folding was fine.
Very true. Of course, this is what happens when you have a huge draw with overcards.
You hit it.
The ball pairs. Oh, you hit it. I have no idea how to do that. That's why I wasn't including it in my range of possible outcomes, but well done them.
Yeah, Paravini, I think, got a little lucky here. I do not like the check back on the turn because they're the one who's going to have a lot of eights in their range when they flat the flop bet. And your opponent's going to have just a lot of nothing. And you want to get those king highs and ace highs to fold.
Yeah, Prodigy actually has pretty close to the best hand that they ever have in that spot, in fact. And they probably still fold it, or they certainly fold it to 2 bets. So, yeah, I agree with you.
There's a little value bet here from Paravini, and I imagine Prodigy just goes away. I mean, what can you beat at this point?
Bluffs.
Right, but bluffs that didn't bluff the turn and now decided to bluff. It's just like, I mean, I guess some heart draws.
Yeah.
But it's just tough to find one. And Prodigy picks up ace king. So right after ace jack, they pick up ace king. And the writing might be on the wall. We might get a big hand developing here. Ace king on the button versus pocket tens in the big blinds. Both players kind of with a very strong holding. And when you kind of do that blind button dynamic, it becomes interesting.
Hi, everyone in chat. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in on another beautiful summery evening here in the UK. Hope it is wherever you are as well.
Look at Quantum Criminal. Three just deciding just to flat with the tens against one of the other players who have chips. Not wanting to have to call a 4-bet jam. So they play the hand a little bit slower. I think you've got to call this now, though. Yeah, and they do. 10's still good. And I don't mind this play from 3. I think just kind of playing a little bit of defense, a little bit of pot control, not getting this hand out of their hands, so to speak. Ooh, Prodigy going to double barrel this. See if they can call one more time. They can beat hearts. They can beat spades. Well, and they can beat ace king.
It's the button. I mean, they can have like tens are way good.
Yeah, but they could also have just, the thing is this sizing is not indicative of a queen, and 3's going to let it go.
Okay. I'm not criticizing our chat rep.
No, I won't do it either. 3, you played it perfectly.
We played perfectly. Well played. Go, 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 go. This is biased commentary on a Magic. It's part of what makes Magic Mondays magical. We have no obligation towards balance of any kind.
Nope. That's exactly the way you want to play tens, folks.
Exactly that.
Perfect. Nick Wealthall, David Zuckerman here. Thank you for joining us. Magic Monday, 8-8 poker. We've got a free roll starting for you in 20 minutes. Password for that is, this is a good one, 23 and free.
23 and free. There you go. Up all night on that.
I imagine, all I can imagine, by the way, when I go 23 and free, is some beautiful, beautiful woman
Careful.
taking off her shirt and running through the fields. 20 and
Right.
screaming, 23 and free.
Yeah. Like an early marriage that was never that happy. And
Yes.
after 4 years of pain, she's finally out. And
Right.
for some reason, and David Tuchman says she's taken off her shirt and
Well,
she's just,
it's metaphorical.
yes.
The metaphorical
That's it.
shirt. And then running through the fields and just going 23 and free.
Yeah.
And the wheat and the bees and everything are kind of flying around, and she feels free. By the way, you could replace that with a man too. A man can feel 23 and free as well.
Yeah. Maybe there's two of them together. Maybe they're running and they stumble and just roll together a little bit. One ends up on top of the other. The sun beating down on that.
I'm pretty sure 888 Poker was going for that when they came up with this password.
That's it. That's exactly what they were going for. Shout out to Grush39, who says, David Tuchman, hello, guys. I used my $109 ticket in this tournament that they won with us and turned it into $240.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Free dinner.
Or like you could have like if you go to one of those street taco places, like on the streets, that's like 6 dinners, maybe even 7.
There you go. Feed yourself for a week. Or take out that lovely lady/man of your dreams for one night.
Yeah.
You decide.
Maybe go into the field.
Either way, it's on us. Yeah. Take them running in a wheat field.
Ooh, we've got action. Unfortunately, it kind of, you know what? I'm not going to say it sucks when you flop a set and there's an ace out there in a raised pot and you're like, yeah, baby, I'm going to get paid because my opponent's definitely got the ace.
They've always got ace queen. Watch this.
Checks around. A jack or a 4 would have been dangerous. An 8 certainly would have been dangerous, unfortunately, for, I think it's Florida Cove, FL Cove, or Flove Cove. I don't know. Either way, quick bet and a fold. Messed into that one. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us on this Magic Monday. It's starting to feel like summer, by the way, for me, because my kids' hockey tryouts and the team I coach, we finally had tryouts, and that's done. So now it's no more hockey for me for a couple of months. And it kind of feels like, okay, we've got summertime now. We've got an all-in. We might get a call here. I suspect we will.
Yeah, this is less than 10 big blinds.
Yep, there's a call. King, Queen versus Ace, Jack. No royalty on the river, the 7 of diamonds, and keep this flat, can keep that spot on the top of your screen.
Nice. By the way, Chad, do feel free to play the when does the chip stacks magically turn into big blinds for no reason game. I believe someone hit it on the money, and I don't remember who, but if they're in chat, they'll tell us because, it was cool. Someone hit it in money. There is 0 prizes up for grabs on this one, so well worth entering.
You do get our love and our respect, though.
Absolutely right.
Is it still like really, really warm and lovely in the UK?
It's been very good. So actually slightly too hot. So as you know, because you used to live in London, London gets very hot and it's illegal here to install air conditioning in the buildings, which is a strange law.
This dates back to what, like 1500s? What's the reasoning behind that?
No, I have absolutely no idea. It's not illegal. It just feels that way because there's no bloody air conditioning.
I know.
It's like that discovery just hasn't made it to Britain for some reason. We have it in
feel
our cars. We have it in our cars because they were built overseas. So everyone just drives around in their cars when it gets to 30 degrees in the UK.
Just sit inside. Where are you going? I'm going in the car.
Yeah.
I feel like we could make millions if we just, listen, I'm even willing to jump on side. We'll call it like Wellthal air conditioning.
I like it.
And we just cater to UK people in the UK. That's it.
Yeah. I think you'll do very, very well. As long as you can get around the law that apparently you can't do it for some reason. I don't know. So yeah, it was almost too hot for London last week, but the weather's been very good. So everyone's very happy.
Yeah, there are very few things in life, and I'm going to stand by this, that are worse than going down into the tube when it's like 34 degrees.
It's brutal. It's brutal.
Because it's like 70 down there.
It's like crazy hot,
Oh.
especially as the day goes on, it warms up, obviously, because it's like concrete and metal and a lot of retained heat and a lot of people. And so by the sort of late afternoon, it's absolutely brutal.
I will use another metaphor. I imagine on those days, Satan is down there just cooking. Because that's what it feels like. It's just terrible. When people ask, because I didn't have a car when I lived in London, and on the very rare days where it was over 30, and somebody'd be like, "Hey, do you want to meet me in so and so?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm not going on the tube.
No, I
No.
don't want to meet you. No,
I don't like you that much."
I don't like anyone that much.
Right.
So true.
Shout out to Lime Ricky. Hello, Lime. How's Costa Rica treating you, my friend? Lime Ricky, our amazing moderator. It's really the wind beneath our wings. She makes it happen. She
Known
rules
for
the
her-
chat with an iron fist.
No, for her PLO wins and her monkey non-sightings.
And of course, our director, producer, Hayden, behind the scenes, keeping it real. Got a raise, we got a call.
Keeping it real.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't have it. I didn't have anything else.
Why not? Hayden's a real one. That's what they say, isn't it? Look at this. Putting the pressure on here is Prodigy.
Yeah, it's a really strong play. I mean, you get a raise in the cutoff from Vortex, and which is obviously a pretty wide range. Aces now, and then when the player on the button just flats, it's so rarely a big hand that you're kind of giving the player in the small blind just, oh hey, three bet me, please. It's a nice play from Prodigy for sure.
Those 3-bet squeezes are often so strong because it's one of those poker plays where even if you know that's what your opponent's doing, it's still quite hard to do anything about it because, unless you've trapped with kings or aces or whatever, you're still, what are you going to do with your eights? Stack off. It's a very, very leveraged play in a lot of spots.
Vortex with aces now. They're going around. We should get action on this one, though. Min raise, and then you're looking at the side of the board, and it looks like Ateo or Atio. Can we just call him Otto? Seems easier.
Let me have a look. Can we call him Otto? Osseo.
So
Otto.
Otto just flats. I'm going to roll with it until you tell me I can't.
Yeah, you can do what you like. It's your hate mail that is the problem.
Vortex up to 1.9 million. I have a whole section for hate mail. It's like my spam section. Look at these hands. It's like 3 deuce, 4-3, 5-3. Nothing wrong with somebody getting the word. Oh, by the way, if you said 18 p.m.
Here we go.
18 minutes after the hour, you won. Anybody say that?
It's so random. Why is it so random? It's so weird.
3 has raised the button with 4-3 and has hit a 4. So they're going to put a couple of chips out there. Florida Cove's going to raise. I like this raise. I really do, actually. I think occasionally check raising with your top pair hands makes a lot of sense because players so rarely do it. And I think if you're only ever check raising with your bluffs and your 2-pair plus hands, you become quite easy to play against. So I think occasionally finding some 1-pair hands to do it with is really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. So we're in an unusual situation here in this final table with pretty much no short stacks. Keep this flat as the shortest with 15 big blinds. That's not a shove that you can lightly call off, is it? So we've got, I don't know, we might be playing for a while.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to Vegas today because tomorrow I do some World Series of Poker commentary. But, I mean, I'm not working until tomorrow, so I've got all day. I'm good.
Okay, you're good.
I'm good.
You're
I'm
happy
driving.
just to See how long it takes.
Listen. I'm driving to Vegas. If I drive at, if I drive in 3 hours or I drive in 6 hours, okay.
How long does it take to drive to Vegas from your house?
3.5 hours.
Okay. And what do you listen to on a 3.5 hour car drive on your own in the car?
I'm not going to be on my own.
If you were on your own, what would you listen to?
If I was on my own, I would probably listen to a podcast. I would listen to some music. I'd probably make a couple of phone calls. I get those out of the way.
Yeah.
Call my folks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I might even listen to like a book. I might even do like the audiobook thing.
Gotcha.
With my kids, though, I will listen to whatever puts them to sleep.
Maybe the audio of this stream.
Done. It's a brilliant idea.
Thank you.
Free roll, by the way, starts at 9 minutes, everybody. Once again, it's 23 and free. 23 and free, no spaces. 23 the number, and free gets you into that free roll. $500 in cash being given away. We're also giving away 7 $109 tickets. 5 of them during our show, 2 with the Wheel of Justice spin. Don't know what that is? Well, where have you been?
Strap in.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Could get some action here.
Should get some action.
Just a call, though, at the 10s. And let's see what Stanimal does here. Pocket 7s are a strong hand. They can just flick in the call. 3-betting is certainly not out of the question. They do just call this. And we've got an action flop. I mean, if I've got 7s, I'm not hating my hand.
No, you do hate your position. But let's see. The 10s don't lead. I actually like a lead from the 10s there, if I'm honest.
Board pairs. Third club out there. Stanimal can win this with a 5, a club, or a 7. And I think if you're Vortex, you're going to have to bet this now. You just, yeah. And it's a little bit smaller, but I might have gone a little bit larger, but it's fine. There's a bet. There's a call. Ace, Queen of Hearts can get out of the way.
Yeah. No. Nothing friendly on that board.
No.
2 players in front.
They do get out of the way, and look at that. The 5 of clubs. And we've got a
bingo.
straight flush.
David Tutman, bring on the straight flush Magic Monday dancing girls. Here they come, folks. We haven't seen them for a while. David's trying to call them in using the siren.
Come on over, guys.
Come
It's
on,
the
you
straight flush girls.
sexy dancers. They're
I
not
feel like-
here. Where are they?
I feel like 888 Poker software should actually be that. If somebody at Showdown shows a straight flush, there should be sexy men and women.
Well, you should be able to pick. You should be able to pick men. Do you want men or women? And,
Good
and out
point.
they come.
And
Right?
out they come because you made a straight flush.
And all our viewers have got is 2 incredibly sexy men.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not enough, is it? We need more budget.
What's up, chat pros? Hello, everybody. Love you guys out there. What's up, Final Table 11? Andy Rednick. Crazy Scotsman. Maddie.
Crazy.
They are. Lord Grim. Merciless. Tower. Hello, everybody. Thank you for finding us here on a Monday. Oh, hello. Vortex has had enough. He has now been three times. The first 2 times he folded. This time he's like, no. We're not playing this game all day.
Good for them. Good for them. Line in the sand time. Hey, if Vortex and Prodigy get really deep in this final table, that's the kind of marker that can pay off for you.
By the way, to your point, keep this flat now on just about 20 big blinds. Very rare that we have seen a situation like this where nobody has pulled away, and yet nobody is like everybody between 20 big blinds and 50.
Yeah, very rare. Very rare we don't have short stacks at all. So strap in. get yourself a glass of something fresh and delicious, because we'll be here a while, I think.
Lime Ricky thinks the 23 and Free is a play on the 23 and Me, the genetic testing company, which I think they declared bankruptcy. Did they not?
I was going to say I've never heard of them, but if they've declared bankruptcy, I now never need to know anything about them ever.
Somebody might have bought them. I don't know. Pocket threes are good. Pocket sixes are good. Unfortunately, pocket sixes are better than pocket threes. So it's all relative. Just a call from Prodigy with the sixes.
23andMe has in fact filed for bankruptcy.
There we go. Look at that. I am right on top of my bankruptcy things.
Well done for being all over the foreclosures hotline.
Yeah, I knew they were in trouble when my wife ordered one for me, and the different ethnicities they said that I was like, what is this? Like I was apparently like apparently.
Oh, is it the one where they
Korean.
go you're 3% Peruvian or something?
Basically, I was like 2% Korean,
Okay.
4% like Australian, 6% Hawaiian, and I'm like, okay, what is this? They did say I'm 100% stud.
Oh yeah, that's one of the tests you can take.
Yep.
I see.
Obviously, I'm here to be looked at, my friends.
I don't know what to say.
Pedro says 90% Neanderthal. True story.
That's more likely than the stud one. In
Almost definitely.
Almost definitely.
Yeah. Well, they had a little little key box in the bottom where it said stud equals Neanderthal.
Stud is a nice word we've landed on for our marketing.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, top pair here versus the ace jack. Ace kings, ace queens, ace jacks have done very poorly at this table so far.
Yeah, they have, and we haven't seen very many hands where both players have hit flops. There's been very few kind of marginal situations really,
Yeah.
which is why we've still got a full complement.
Yeah, it's more often than not just going check, check, bet, fold. I'm enjoying this Moss Shark, by the way. It says, how about a friendly last longer bet in the free roll, Crazy Scotty? I wager 500 hypothetical dollars.
I wish all my wages had been hypothetical. I'd be so much richer.
Yeah. When the book comes after you and you're like, oh, I thought we were just doing hypothetical fun dollars. No?
I thought it was just opinions. I thought you were a service where I wrote down my sports opinions and you kept track of them.
Right.
Money. Oh God. Yeah, if you're late joining us, Thoy, don't know. Thoy is a regular chatter and friend of Magic Monday's Quantum Criminal, so we are biased towards them. We hope they win and the other players don't win.
Yes.
Sorry.
We do our best to stay objective and not partial, but listen, this is one of our children. This is a baby.
They're in the Magic Monday circle of trust.
Right. The issue will be if we ever have two from our chat and our community at the final table.
That'll be tough. We'll have to break chat into teams, basically.
Well, I've watched Sophie's Choice. It's an old movie, but I'm certainly familiar with it. And listen, if she could choose a child, I can choose one.
She gets to choose a child.
You don't know Sophie's Choice?
Yeah, do you?
Oh. You did that. That deadpan was actually quite good.
Thank you. We need to give away some tickets. So, oh, wait a minute. The free roll started. Get in the free roll, people.
What are you
Play
doing?
the free roll.
There's free money. You can play poker.
Do it. What is the password? 23 and free. Just if you forget the password, just think about David Tupman running naked through some corn when he was 23. That should bring the password back.
Yeah,
and probably some nausea. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say that the corn it can be sharp in certain spots, so be careful if you ever try it at home. I like that. The Crazy Scotsman says, I'm partial to a bit of impartiality. I can't even say that word. Impartiality? Impartiality. Thank you.
Partiality. Yeah. Gentlemen's Quantum's 88 nickname is Thoi. They've got 37 big blinds. They are in 4th place, but it's so tight.
Keep This Flat has done an amazing job of just picking their spots and adding chips. Remember, there was a point where they had about 10 big blinds. They got it all in. They doubled up. And they have been doing really well here. They are going to get called 7s versus ace 3. Thoi looking for a 5 or an ace. Not going to catch either one. And the 7s are going to hold here. And that's a big pot. Keep This Flat now to 37.5 big blinds. Mm-hmm. And our man, Quantum Criminal, down to 22 big blinds.
Yeah, not what we wanted.
Yeah. I mean, from an odds perspective, certainly nothing wrong with that call. But it is a significant portion of Thui's stack.
Look at this final table. So we've got Otto's on 61 big blinds. And then everybody else is between 20 and 40 big blinds.
Yeah.
There's a ludicrous amount of parity after half hour of a final table. And they're very deep. And I'm cancelling dinner reservations.
I will say at this pace, what's going to end up happening is we're going to have nobody lost, and we're going to lose 5 players in a span of 6 minutes at some point. That is a pretty sexy flop for 7-6 of diamonds. You imagine if you're Prodigy, you go, I'm thinking of a card. Oh, yes, that's the one. Wow.
I'm so clever.
How did I do that? I'd like every draw. I might have sized this up a little bit. Put a lot of pressure on Florida Cove. Turns out they didn't need to, and they get the fold. Prodigy now up to over 48 big blinds as we continue on.
We do.
So you mentioned giveaways.
Yes, we have to do giveaways. We've got tickets, and not just any old tickets, David Tuckman, $109 tickets. So put that into context. You could be playing in this event next week with one of our tickets. And this is a $100,000 guaranteed tournament. So that's how big this prize is.
How do they do it in Vegas? You know those guys who have the tickets that are on the street?
Right.
They have little cards.
Yeah.
They give them away. Yeah. And they make a lot of noise with them.
Yeah, the way they do it is that those guys are unemployable. So all they've got to do for hours and hours and hours is flick card until it makes the loudest possible sound. Okay. So just start now. And 3 months from now, you'll be really loud with that.
I mean, listen, I've got the unemployable part done. So how hard could it be?
Just like apply yourself to card flicking and you'll be good.
Yeah.
We got $109 tickets to give away. We're going to give them away by playing Loddon Thinks. It's a game where you guess what one of me or David thinks in response to a question asked by the other person. We'll do our very best to make a good guess at it. Google doesn't help you. It's what we think. You're guessing what we think. One guess per player. Whoever's closest, we got 2 tickets, so 2 unique values will win. Whoever's closest of the 2. If 2 people the same distance away, whoever guesses first wins. Lime runs the contest in chat. I've got a question for you. Have you got a question for me?
If you've got one for me, go ahead. Look at this turn card for 3. Just when they needed it, they do hit the Broadway. Fortunately for them, they're not going to get paid.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine 2 key topics, David. The World Series of Poker, the world's biggest live festival of poker every year happening right now, and David Tuckman commentating. That's what I'm combining. Exactly.
Okay.
And so my question is this, David Tuckman. By the time you die, how many bracelet events will you have commentated on in whole or part? By the time you die, how many bracelet events will you have commentated on?
I love when you bring in my demise into these questions as well.
Yeah, I just think it makes it more impactful.
When you're dead,
When you're dead, and you look back, and you think,
how
what
many
did I do with my
bracelet
life?
events?
How many bracelet events would you have done? So if you just do any part of commentary on an event, that counts.
Okay, you do the commentary. I'll do some math. Hang on a second.
Okay, he's doing maths. Put your answer in chat. It must be a unique answer. If two people guess the same value, whoever got there first owns that value. Do not guess more than once unless you accidentally put in a guess that's just gone. One guess per player. Lime runs a contest in chat. How many WSOP bracelet events does David Tuckman think David Tuckman will have commentated on by the time he dies? It's a great question. Whoever thought of it, very, very good. Probably AI. It's that good. We've still got 8 players left in the 100k Mystery Bounty main event here on Magic Mondays. Magic Monday. Nobody has died. I mean, if nobody dies, I don't know what we do really. It's like the whole point of the grammar of the show is that they keep dying. He's actually doing maths. Look at this. He's doing his concentration face. Look, viewers. He's really working hard on this.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a question about him, so he probably knows. Quantum Criminal from our chat. Thoy is looking to get value here with a crushing hand. Don't think they're going to get any more, but we can see the cards. Unless FL Cove is really bored.
I like it. Musamon says, David Tuckman is going to live for a long time. I like that, Musamon. Thank you very much.
Lovely spirit.
Well,
but I mean, I would assume the last part of that very long, fruitful life will not involve World Series of Poker commentaries. You think it will? You think that? You think?
My grandfather lived till he was 99 years old. Can you imagine? I'm 99. I'm still going.
Still doing the same tired material.
Pocket Nines versus Ace Jack once again. Look at this.
Exactly. Nice spot for keep this flat. He's going to pick up another one without showdown. They can pick their spots.
Absolutely can. Look at that. Final table says David is trying to figure out when coffin shops will become more attractive to him than coffee shops. Well, then Final Table laughs at that. That's not funny, Final Table.
Wow.
And by the way, I want to be cremated. So, joke's on you.
Yeah. He's not even going to the coffin shop.
So there you go. Just burn me. No, I want a Viking. I want like a Celtic Viking funeral.
Like you get it's not flown, like pushed out into the river.
Right, and I want a beautiful woman to take a bow and arrow and shoot a fiery arrow into my body.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing burn.
It's very artistic.
That's what I'd like. My dad actually said that he wanted that legitimately. I was joking, but my dad legitimately said that. And I was like, Dad, I don't think that's legal. Like, I don't think I can do that, Pop.
I don't think you can do that, but if he dies at home, they can't stop you. You can just bundle him into the car, hire an archer.
Well, I mean, listen, my wife's family they live on a lake in upstate New York, and there's 1,000 lakes up there. So
does Peravini call this? Probably not. I'm just
They should not.
Probably not. No.
And they don't. They let it go.
Many lakes. So this is feasible.
Yeah. I mean, there's many, many lakes. They live on a lake that is essentially unpoliced. So,
there you go.
I mean, could we make it happen? Absolutely. I mean, the things that happen on my wife's family's lake are
imagine 2 hours later, downstream, where some tourist pulls a burnt body with 2 arrows in it out of the...
Right. There's no downstream though. It's a lake.
What
You
happened
can't get
here?
out. There's no downstream. It's a lake.
It's the same. Take the same. It's the same idea.
Right. But it is just it's a lake, and you can't, the body can't go anywhere. But you do wonder for a second, like, okay, then what happens after it burns? It's weird. Sorry, Dad, if you're listening to this. Last chance to guess. Contest is closed.
Last chance to guess. Contest is closed. Yes.
Yep, that was it.
Did you enjoy it? Yeah, we're gonna have winners.
Oh yes, we are. We're giving away 2 tickets. This is gonna be amazing. Leo Gygax says, "Someone explain wind to David." I understand wind. It's an enclosed lake. You can't go anywhere. I mean,
you sound like a man that shot a lot of people with arrows on a lake. You sound very confident in your opinion.
Things can't get out. I mean, water can get out of the lake, but it's not like it's not like an inlet where like a boat can get in and out of this lake. I mean, if you're putting a boat in the lake, you're driving it in and dropping it in.
We've got winners.
Wow, that was
We've
quick.
got $109 ticket winners, David Tupman.
It's amazing how efficient and effective Lime Ricky is.
She's absolutely on it. She is the world's leading moderator.
No doubt about it.
It says on a business card. So I asked you, when you die, and who knows when that will be, but when you die, presumably in a weird, complex machinery incident, when you're reaching in to try and get a beer for someone, I don't know.
Can you bite your tongue? It's terrible. All the ways to die. Can't I just die like sleeping in my bed?
Yeah, possibly. Let's find out. So I asked you, by the time you die, how many bracelet events would you have commentated on? What is your answer, and how did you come up with it, David?
What is my answer? And I don't think we're going to get in action here. How did I come up with it? Well, I've been doing commentary for World Series of Poker events for quite some time. I did a couple back in like 2009, 2010. 2011 was the first year that I really kind of jumped in. And I did a handful then. And then 2012 was when we started the live streams. And for about 8 years, it was basically me at the Rio doing many of them almost every single day.
Oh,
so
wow. Yeah.
That was a big...
You had like a solo summer once. It was brutal.
Yeah, I mean, we'd bring in commentators, and it was a lot of fun, but it was it's basically the way it works. Flush draw here versus pocket sevens. We could get action. Stop them if we do. Over the last few years, we have definitely scaled down on the live streams, but I suspect that might pick up. But, and this is the interesting thing, some of that might be like commentating on like 4 days of one bracelet event. Gotcha. So I did keep that in mind. When I did all the math and I added it up and I factored in how long. Yeah, when I factored in that I would be living till about 100, but I would probably stop commentating at around 80. I came up with a number of 646 bracelet events.
I pity the people that have to listen to you at 79 years old. 646 bracelet events is the exact right answer, David Tupman. That is on the money. When one David Tupmans were asked, what does David Tupman think the number of bracelet events I'll commentate on before I die will be? 100% said 646. If you're close to that value, you may have won. Here are our actual winners. Guessing 626, Saquon 26.
Wait, what?
Saquon 26, guess 626.
Nice job, Saquon 26.
And they're not even closest. Closest was Tokyo Goo, who said 630. So Saquon and Tokyo, you are our first winners tonight. $109 tickets for you. Good luck with them. Spin them up. Win big. And if you're not Saquon or Tokyo, don't cry or feel sad. Feel happy for them because you still got 3 chances to win $109 tickets.
Yeah. Plus the Wheel of Justice spins at the end. I'd never been to Tokyo, and I'd never had Goo from Tokyo. But congratulations to you, Tokyo Goo. Well done. 646 bracelet events. That's a lot, isn't it? When you think about
That's
it.
really a lot. That's a crazy amount. Well, I forgot you did those. I don't know how many years you did, but where it was just you on your own.
Yeah, there are a lot more these days, but we don't stream them all. Like this summer, I'm only going to be because I'm doing like 2 days of the 50K Players Championship, and then I'm doing like 4 days of the main event. So that's only 2 events, really, 2 bracelet events. So I'm doing the Battle of Ages, I think, this week, though, which should be fun.
The Battle of Ages. What is it? Everyone comes as a different age in history.
Exactly. Yes, you have to dress like your favorite. We got kings versus tens here.
Your favorite era.
Yeah. No, it's actually kind of a fun one. So day one, all the 50 and over play on one side. All the 50 and younger, 49 and younger play on the other side.
Okay.
And then whoever makes day 2, they combine them.
Okay.
So
just give the old guys a chance is the idea.
right. Give the old guys a chance to build some chips up and get to day 2.
Interesting pot. I think Vortex has picked a nice spot because it looks so strong attacking the couple of big stacks, but actually Thoy has a hand.
Yeah, and Thoy, by the way, has done a great job. That's Quantum Criminal once again. Has done a great job after calling off with the ace-3 and getting down to about 22 big blinds. They're now going to be up over 40, nearly 50 big blinds now. Big spot there. Thoy picks up 10 big blinds without seeing a flop.
Yeah, that's a dream. 10 big blinds uncontested. Amazing. Our chat is very good at poker. That is my conclusion.
Yeah. By the way, my assumption actually didn't go 80. I actually kind of was like, I don't know, maybe I'll commentate for another, like, I don't know, maybe a decade or 15 years or so. I don't know. I still enjoy it. I genuinely do enjoy it.
Well, there you go. That's
Despite the fact that I've done it so long, I look forward to Magic Mondays.
Hello.
I look forward to doing it.
Shout out.
Yeah, I just, obviously we joke around, but I am very grateful for the fact that somehow, some way, I've been able to actually make this a job.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously very lucky and a privilege.
And it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It really is. But thank you, everybody.
I'm starting to think we should do more prep, given the...
I do a ton of prep. I don't know about you.
Yeah. No, I just think you can always do more. You know what I mean?
You can always do more.
Always do more. No matter how thorough you are. Anyway, what's this screen name? Pleverlen. That was a joke about prep. Peravini is thinking about this one. I guess Ateo's opening quite a lot here, but
it's an early position open. The problem,
still early, yeah.
I'd almost rather be shoving like 7-6 suited, because the problem is when you shove here and you're called, you're just dead.
Right.
And at least with 7-6, you've got live cards. And this is one of the problems with ace-5. It's just like, now what? I mean, you're folding on a paired board. I get the whole thing. Like, listen, I am an advocate for calling out of the big blind pretty light. But I think when you're down to like 11 big blinds, you've got to have a hand that you really you like. And I'm not sure ace-5 offsuit against an early position open is what I want to do with. Now, if it was a later position open, I'm probably just shoving because I can get a lot of, worse hands to fold. I can just win the pot right there. And I can even get called by worse like king, jack, king, queen, those kind of hands. Peravini does move all in here.
Yeah, finds a decent spot.
And it's a tough spot for Prodigy because he's just getting too good a price to fold, but you hate it. And they do make the call.
You got a call.
And they're going to double up Peravini, and we are never losing a player.
We really are never losing a player. Well, we've never got to the break without losing a player. I'm sure I would remember if we had.
No, yeah, we are on the verge of making history here on Magic Monday. There have been days in sports where you're like, where were you when? And this could be that moment for you folks. You could be like, I was here.
This could be a Dear Diary moment for all of you.
We should probably issue some sort of commemorative certificate to each person who's here for this day.
Yeah, or like a coin or something. Like a pin, like a suit pin or something.
Yeah, Donald Trump has come out with some great coins. I can get those maybe.
Yeah, he's probably not going to do one around this, but we could ask.
I'll call him up.
You never know.
Donald, hello.
If he
No.
thinks it'll sell,
Vortex all in. Oh, King Queen making the call, hits the Queen.
David,
And we have
we've
an
lost the
elimination.
player.
We jinxed it.
We jinxed it. We're so
We
close.
totally jinxed it. I don't quite understand the call with the King Queen, but okay.
No, I was optimistic. or maybe a bit of frustration. That happens sometimes.
Yeah. They probably looked around. They were like, "Oh, come on, nobody's going to get knocked out. I'll help out this table. I'll help out Nick and David. I know they have things to do."
I know Nick and David don't want a 4-hour show.
Nobody wants that. Florida Code, by the way, picked up $200 in bounties. They had a really good April. That was the XL Spring Series opening event where they cashed in that one and did quite well. And they're going to add about $900, actually almost $1,000 to their poker bankroll with this 8th place finish with their bounties. The remaining 7 players guaranteed $1,000 plus whatever they've locked up via bounties. Vortex picked up a little bit more. The big bounty is gone, everybody. That was Darkness. I don't know. Dar won. Either way, they won it. They finished 13th and walked away with $10,200 in bounties.
Awesome. Good for them.
Nick, I want to ask you a question.
Please do.
And I want everybody to think about it during chat and come back with answers, okay? Because it's something I really want you to think about, everybody.
Thinking caps.
One of my pet peeves, and somebody yelled at me about this because I said I was being anal. One of my pet peeves is when a dealer sits down at the table for the first time in a tournament and they say, "Good luck, everybody."
Trying to be nice.
I understand they're trying to be nice, but I'm going, it's poker. It's a zero-sum game. They can't all have good luck. They can't. It's just not going to happen like that. Somebody's going to have bad luck. Somebody's going to have good luck. You can't all win. This is not that kind of game.
It's not blackjack, right?
Right, exactly. It's not like, yeah, exactly. The dealer at blackjack, 100%, they can do that. Good luck, everybody, because they can all win. I could go over 9 times in a row. The dealer can bust 9 times in a row. But in poker, it can't happen. It annoys me. Somebody told me I was being anal. I want you all to think about this, really think about it. Does it annoy you, or is David Tuchman being anal?
I feel like probably people like it. That's why they do it.
Yeah, like I said, think about it. Come up with a better answer. Don't rush to a conclusion, folks, because I'm right here.
It's nowhere near as bad as thinking the dealer controls what cards you get, which is the most actual moronic thing grown people do. This dealer always kills me. Yeah, they're like so clever at giving you the wrong cards.
Imagine having that power. Imagine having that power and deciding, I'm going to deal poker.
Yeah, right, exactly. I am the greatest fixed deck operator in the world.
Yeah.
I can put the cards wherever I want. I'm going to deal 1-3 at the win.
Right. And that's not a slight on their job and what they do. Poker dealers can make some good money, but if you actually had that power, think about what you could do with it.
Absolutely. It's not a slight on anyone. I bloody loved 1-3 at the win.
See what Paravini wants to do here. Paravini can call this. They can also raise in the spot. They are the short stack, or one of them for sure. This is one of the big stacks. An ace-3 suited, a hand that kind of plays well. I don't like calling off, but I do like shoving. I actually like this shove far more than I like the call with the ace-5 off.
Yeah, nice aggressive front foot stuff from Paravini, nicely timed. I do agree with Leo, so I don't mind the dealer saying it. The players, though, yeah, when players say good luck to each other, that is weird.
Right when they're all in, like you've got ace king, I've got jacks, and they go
right.
Good luck, and I'd be like, what?
You definitely don't mean that.
Just don't even say anything. Right? I mean, maybe you say, listen, good game either way.
I usually say I'm really good in these situations.
Right. Or I'll go, good luck. To me.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Look at this cheeky flat.
Oh,
and it's worked as well.
Gosh, yeah. Oh, that is such a cheeky flat. That is sexy. And look at that.
Play. And, there's been a lot of squeezing on this table, and there's also everyone behind Stanimal's got chip stacks that they could get aggressive with. So nice flat from them.
Oh, this is such a sexy play from Stanimal. So well done. Oh no! What a terrible play by them.
Oh no! What a stupid play with the aces. Who flats with aces? That is so wrong.
Oh, we
don't put that out of context, 888. But it's obviously a joke because we were just saying what a good play it was.
Right. I want to touch on that in a second here. Stanimal out, unfortunately, in 7th place. Parabini picks up a little bit more. They pick up $50 in bounties. Stanimal will take home about $1,500, and that will take us to a break. We'll talk about that hand and more when we come back. Snap called by worse.
25 big blinds.
Yeah. No gamble, no future.
What do you want to do here if you're Guerrero? Like, literally, what do you want to do? You're third in chips. What do you want to, or ish, something like that. I don't know the complete runouts. What do you want to do with ace queen? Cool. And?
Hope you hit.
Hope you hit. And? You're stacking off on a queen? Is that what you're doing?
You might, yeah.
But then, your words, it's an absolute catastrophe to go broke. It's tens of thousands of euros. Does Guerrero want to hit a queen here? That's my question to you.
He'd like to hit 3 clubs.
3 clubs or top 2 or something. Then he might feel all right.
Oh, my. What do you do here?
Wow, Panto bet in the dark.
What?
He bet in the dark. He's done exactly what I said. He doesn't need to think.
Okay, everybody. We've got giveaways. We've got free rolls. But this might, even with despite that.
This might be over in 2 hours.
No, but it might be the best final table ever.
It could be a lot of fun. So here is exactly the situation I described. This is exactly the situation. He's hit his hand. Now what do you want to do?
Well, especially the fact that Panto bet blind.
What do you want to do, though? You tell me. You're in his shoes. What are you doing? You're calling to leave yourself $1 million?
I'm crying.
You're crying. It's absolutely horrible.
I mean, you don't give him a jack, obviously. He bet blind. How could he have a jack?
Can't give him a jack. So you're stacking off with like 6 stacks shorter than you?
I think Guerrero might just stack off here.
Well, he's committed now. He can't fold now, can he?
Well, I mean, he can.
Can he?
Listen, we've seen crazy things.
I suppose he can. He's got 1.1. I suppose he can.
Yeah, but what does he do on like the deuce of diamonds?
By the way, should we just feel sad for Guerrero? This is such a horrible
terrible.
cooler. What a horrible cooler.
Panto, by the way, if he holds here, will end up having half the chips in play. Oh my, the chips are going in.
Check.
Did he check? No, he moved all in.
No, he moved all in.
Okay, Guerrero calls. Guerrero needs a club or a queen. Pot is 4.5 million. Guerrero came in 3rd in chips, I believe. If he gets knocked out in 9th, this will be awful for him. Looking for a club or a queen. The outs are on the top of your screen. Panto standing up.
Look at him, the Godfather.
It's a jack. He makes quads.
He loves it.
Garcia with ace kings all in. Panto's got jacks. We got to flip.
Oh wow.
I like the jacks.
Panto could obliterate the final table more.
I like the jacks. I'm going with jacks.
Yeah,
you can have the ace king.
No thanks.
What? I've been doing this all weekend. What do you mean?
Wow. We could be four-handed.
By the way, and one of the king is dead. Panto looking to make the double elimination here. Can he knock out both Garcia and Peluso? If the jacks hold, by the way, it'll be Peluso who finishes higher. Oh, and there's a set. There's 3 queens left in the deck.
I just want to be Panto. How do I make that happen in my life?
Here's the river at 3.6 million in the pot.
To be four-handed.
They need a queen. It's not the queen, it's the 8 of hearts and top set for Panto.
Amazing. What a run.
You might think that Vecchiana has just gone to dinner.
Yeah. He just hasn't been part of this.
Which, by the way, if you're Vecchiana, you're kind of loving
he's going to be
it.
part of it now.
He's probably going to be part of this one. But if you're Vecchiana, he's playing the short stack perfectly. Let you two get involved in every single pot. Maybe something happens and I can just squirt my way into second and then get lucky. He's got 30 big blinds, and he's watching those two battle. Panto quickly calls. He does use his big chips when he has them. By the way, this pot's 3.1 million.
Yeah. And Panto hasn't put tons of thought into it yet. See, he must have... Panto has something here. He doesn't have garbage.
He doesn't do this with nothing. But he's very unlikely to have the best hand right now. I think it's very safe to see that Vecchiano's got the best hand. What's the bet size? You want to keep him around? What are you going, 950? 950 and then get the rest in on the turn?
I mean, if he's got a pair, he's not folding. So
That's the whole point, right?
if he doesn't have a pair.
Well, I'm saying if he has king queen here, he might call like 900.
No, he's gone my route. Okay,
All
that's,
in.
Okay, that's tilt. Okay, that's tilt.
I don't know if it's tilt. Well, maybe. I don't know.
It's pretty tilty. He got 3-bet with 5-3.
I just think he likes to gamble.
Yeah. Maybe he just likes to gamble.
Probably how he has all the chips in the first place. He's looking for running hearts, a 5 or a 3. Vecchiana trying to survive here, and he will. Ace on the turn, and that is it. Vecchiana, our new chip leader. Panto with Jack 7 suited. That much.
Vecchiano probably has ace-jack here.
King queen.
King queen, same thing.
I think a fairly trivial all-in. I suppose you could just call.
Yeah, I think he's going to want to call because I think he thinks.
No, I like the all-in. I really like this.
Oh, wow.
You get called by worse? And look at that. He gets snap called by worse.
25 big blinds.
Yeah. I'm not raising folding Jack 7. Come on.
No, of course.
Kidding me? No gamble, no future. By the way, there's 8.6 million in this. We could be
we're heads up. Yeah.
We could be. Or we're right back to a kind of an even slate between these three players.
Andy Exxon says he gave up. I think, there's some frustration there. There's some real frustration.
Epic Magic Monday continues. We thought maybe we'd make the first break without losing a player. We did lose 2 in the last 5 minutes, and we're down to 6. Prodigy, happy to talk deal. That's what the blue handshake stands for. And we still have giveaways. We got a free roll, by the way, where registration is still open. Lots to discuss. Nick Wealthall alongside David Tuckman calling the action. I mentioned the free roll. That is registration closing for that momentarily. You've got about 5 minutes to get in, and it is 23 and free. So if you want to play, 23 and free gets you in. $500 in cold hard cash being given away. We didn't have a ton of action that first hour. Nick, what are you expecting in the next hour?
A ton of action.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. You heard it here first. I mean, no, I have absolutely no idea. There hasn't really been a lack of aggression. It's just that the stacks are all pretty even. We actually haven't had coolers. So, if you've got 25 big blinds plus and everyone else has got 25 big blinds plus, there's not a ton of incentive to be super aggressive. And then in order to get the chips in, you really need 2 somewhat strong hands, and that just hasn't happened on this final table. So here we are.
Yeah, the few times where we've had like ace king versus tens, the tens have played it a little bit close to the vest.
Yeah.
The chips certainly could have gone in, but I would not describe the play at this table as passive at all. It's just been, the players that were short kind of have doubled up. And the players who, have played it a little bit more cautiously in certain spots, but not out of the ordinary at all. What's up, everybody? If you haven't won a ticket or you're wondering if we've given away tickets, we gave away 2. Nick Wealthall asked me one of the greatest questions to ever be asked of anybody, and I answered it correctly. And we gave away 2 tickets, but we still have 3 more to give away during our show and then 2 at the end of our show. So don't go anywhere. And, of course, the free roll. It looks like we'll be here long enough to kind of see how you all are doing and maybe give some shout-outs.
At this rate, we might see the end of the free roll.
We might, yeah. Certainly possible.
So if one of you could win it, that would be really good.
Yeah, try to win today, everybody. Today's a good day.
Good news. Good news, the Crazy Scotsman. There's not 2 tickets left. There's 3 tickets left.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are we going to give away so many tickets, though, Nick? I don't understand. I mean,
I have absolutely no idea, but when we get there in the script, I'm sure it'll become apparent, right?
I hope so. This is a great run out for Pocket Fives. It's the exact kind of run out you're looking for when you have fives. So I wanted to touch on that hand right before we went to break where Stanimel ended up unfortunately getting knocked out with aces. And it was such a great adjustment. I think good poker players, are always constantly adjusting and adapting to their table dynamic. And the fact that there was so much 3-bet squeezing going on, Stanimal kind of set that up. Earlier on at the final table, Vortex raised and Stanimal flatted with 9-8 suited. Prodigy 3-bet and took it down, right? This time, Stanimal clearly adjusting and adapting, going, okay, well, if I'm going to flat with 9-8 suited, I'm going to flat here with aces and see if somebody else does the same thing. Sure enough, they did. It all worked out perfectly for Stanimal 14, except, well, the cards did not cooperate. And I will kind of caution all of you. I know if you're new to poker, or sometimes even if you're an experienced poker player, it can be really frustrating to get knocked out there. And you start second-guessing yourself. You're thinking, well, I should have raised with the aces and avoided that. And you've got to come to grips with the fact that, no, Stanimal played it perfectly, got exactly what they wanted, except the fact they got unlucky.
And how frustrating is that? I mean, how hard is poker to play, and really dig in and try and do well when just emotionally, it's just such an emotional challenge. Like other sports are not like that.
No.
Sports game or games even, they're just not like that. Like, I play chess. You don't have a situation in chess where, you execute a perfect tactic, you trap the opponent's piece, and then you don't get the piece and you lose one of your pieces just through some weird thing. It just doesn't happen. So it's a very big emotional challenge to play.
Can you imagine
poker.
that in chess? You're like, oh, this is great. I've got mate in 3.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's like, wait, what happened?
What happened? I lost both my rooks for some reason.
It's like somebody else just came in and took a piece away. And that's exactly what happened with Stanimal. Like,
We're making jokes, but that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it's a good analogy. And it's what makes poker great. It's why it exists as a game because,
that's why it's exciting.
But it is also hard because, Stanimal has to, if they're still watching this or if they ever watch this, really come to grips with the fact that, no, you played it great. The result just did not cooperate for you. But if you do that every single time, you're going to win and do well in a lot of these tournaments. So... And I think the toughest thing there is that's a very obvious situation where it was clear Stanimal played it really well. But we do have a lot of kind of like smaller situations where people can get confused. And that's where poker becomes very, very difficult. Qvi says, I need a short final table. I will be in court very early tomorrow. Qvi, we'll make that happen here. We're just an hour and 7 minutes into our show. So I'm sure this will be a short one.
How can you not ask them what they're in court for? Someone says they're going to be in court. What's going on, Qvi? What did you do? Or not do? Let's wait for the verdict. But what you up on?
Nick, I left that for you.
Seems fair. Qvi's a lawyer. Yeah, exactly. So what charges you up on?
Right.
The biggest criminals in society, aren't they? Oh, you civil action. You're the plaintiff.
Ooh. How much could we win?
Doing? What did somebody do? Did they come on your lawn? Did they smash your window? Did they renege on a bet? What did they do? Allegedly. And also, could this be solved using the poker wheel of justice, Qvi? Do we have to go to the court of law route? Because we have got a wheel of justice.
I feel like our legal system would be a lot cheaper if we could just do it. We could just solve many of our issues with a wheel of justice.
It's quick, it's simple, it makes great viewing. We can monetize the judicial system by getting people to tune in to the wheel spins.
Imagine this though. Just
How is this not the answer?
Imagine this. Like you're sitting here like this and just, guilty or not guilty?
Right.
Guilty. Okay. 6 months to a year. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Next case. I should run for office under that. That should be my platform.
That's your whole platform. I've got a spinny wheel.
Pretty much. Listen. People have been elected with worse. Vortex opening on the button. Paravini with the 8-5. See if they just flat this. Kind of play the hand. Or do they get aggressive? What are they thinking about here? They do just make the call. Action on Vortex with 18 big blinds behind. Pot's got 5 big blinds in it. Pair of fives. You look at that sexy little check back from Vortex. Sets a trap, and now Paravini with a pair of fives probably thinks they have the best hand.
It's a brave man that traps with jacks.
Just
Bloody hell! I don't think I'm strong enough to do that. Jacks are traitorous harridans.
Yeah, let's see if they raise here now. I mean, what's the play? They're just going to call. I mean, if you're Paravini, you're like betting here for value. Like you're trying to get value from like ace king, right? Ace queen.
Yeah, I suppose you could.
They're going to check.
Do they call on this board? I don't know.
It's such a gross spot. Like, I mean, the check on the flop really kind of does confuse a lot of players, and I think they might, depending on the sizing. I mean, you're nearly getting 5 to 1. It's like 4.5 to 1. What kind of hands would Vortex do this with if you're Paravini, right? I mean, obviously we can see they have jacks, but most players are not checking back and overpair on the 7-high board. Paravini in the tank, thinking about this one. Registration for the free roll has closed. We'll do a free roll call in about 10 minutes or so. See how you guys are all doing. Good news, by the way, Moss Shark and Crazy Scotsman, they have settled their bet. Crazy Scotsman lost and has already paid.
The last longer didn't last longer.
I feel like I have so many lawyer friends that I'm very rarely interested in what they're doing when they go to court.
Do you have one that you can call it if you're in a jam, like if your nefarious activities catch up with you?
Yes.
Do you have a good one to call?
I have 2.
Okay, that's good. I don't.
Oh, well, you can use one of mine.
Can I?
Yes. Yeah, my best friend actually lives in Vegas, is a lawyer there, and my brother-in-law is a lawyer.
Oh, that's very well done by you.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a lawyer in their life, don't they, for situations?
I have strategically kept friends around. Like I have a mechanic friend, I have a plumber friend, I have a chef friend.
This is like the smartest shit you've ever come out with.
Oh yeah. The only thing I don't have a doctor friend, which is
okay.
You want a doctor friend.
Got action here, David Tuckman.
Let me talk about my plumber friend. My plumber friend is great. I have lots of friends. I'm very likable.
Someone told me that. I think it was you. Flush draw versus aces. Keep this flat. We can bang away here.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, they probably want to go pretty large here.
Well, they got 15 big blinds left, so I don't know, half pot. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and I don't. You're not quite getting the right price to make this call unless you think you're going to get paid on the river, and Otto just going to let it go.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to get paid, and also there's no bluffing cards. Like, do you know what I mean? How do you get a fold out of an ace or a king there? So, yeah, I think giving it up seems fine.
Yep. Moss Shark says, I used to have a pharmacist friend, strong, but the wheel of justice got him. Well played, my friend. What's up, Nurek Wu? That's right. I love the excitement here. 80-Day Poker, Magic Monday. We are here. Let me just double check. Yep, it is Monday.
Yes.
And it is Magic time.
Yeah, if you watch the stream for a couple of minutes, you just start to feel maybe a little tingle. A little frisson in the air wherever you're watching from. That's just the magic.
It is. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Hello, Vic. Hello, Leo Guyek. Hi, Gregorius. Thank you all for joining us. We do have lots of giveaways still. 3 more $109 tickets to give away via our silly games, and then 2 with the Wheel of Justice. I still can't believe I built this for the show, and then the people at Snapcall came up with a graphic for it.
I don't know what to tell you. I think it's just great ideas. Often it's not the genius who has the first idea. It's the people that just iterate afterwards, isn't it? By ripping off the original innovator, which would be you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Steve Jobs and Apple did that, right? They weren't the first smartphone.
Right.
Yeah, they weren't the first. By the way, they weren't the first MP3 player either when they came out with their iPod. They were just like, oh, that's a really good idea. Let's just make it better. So
you're saying that Snapcall are Apple and you are the plucky.
I think so. Although mine has use though, so my kids use it. So when they get chores done, if they reach a certain number of chores, they get to spin the wheel. Like this is beach day,
right?
This is go-karts,
right?
Night out at the movies. Stay up and stay up card. They can stay up late card.
You want to take that one off? That's a mistake.
Each one of these, they have fun little things that they can do if they complete their chores.
My reward for completing my chores was not getting screamed at. It's a totally different incentive system.
Right. My mom didn't beat me.
Yeah. Imagine spinning a wheel for prizes. Bloody hell.
I mean, it's not like, they don't get to spin the wheel just for like making their bed. They've got to achieve a certain number of chores that are actually quite helpful, like feed the pig, clean the pig pen, stuff like that. Things I don't want to do.
Do Magic Mondays 1 in every 3 shows, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I just call out at 1 in every 3 shows, and Hayden finds a replacement. It works out really well. I pretended there was a fire this year.
Story checks out. I believe it. I feel like the action has slowed down, David. In the first hour, we gave these players the benefit of the doubt that it was aggressive and could still be fast, and we just weren't getting hands. Now I feel like we're taking a long time to check, and it feels like it's all a bit grindy.
Yeah,
it feels like it needs an injection of something.
I was looking for one of my needles. I don't find anything here. Pocket nines for our good friend. Once again, that's Quantum Criminal, one of our part of our community, and
one of our top chatters.
We are going to be cheering for them. Jacome, by the way, wants to know if there's on my wheel if there's a beer time. There is. That's for me. Beer time is all the time.
Yeah, you like beer, don't you?
I do like beer.
You enjoy beer. I don't enjoy beer.
No, you're not. Yeah, you're not a beer guy.
No. Once in a while, in a hot climate, by a pool. Once in a while, if it's icy cold, or just off the golf course.
By the way, I love the beer companies that advertise cold, as if that was something special. Like they're like, our beer is icy cold, and I'm like, I can make anything icy cold if I just put it in the right spot. If I just put it in the fridge, it's going to be cold. Doesn't mean it's good.
I'll say it's 3-bet our guy.
Yeah, and pretty easy fold with King Deuce.
Definitely.
I mean, you can get a little crazy if it's like, King 2, something like that suited, and you think your opponent's up to something. I've seen players 4-bet with a hand like that if it's a King 3, King 4 suited type hands. But more often than not, just folding probably is fine as well. Hello, Herminator. So we get a raise and a call. Backdoor flush draw with the ace 10. wheel draw here for 3. I'd like to see 3-bet this. I mean, they're going to have some pocket pairs in their range that they decided not to 3-bet with. And they can get better aces to fold. They decide to check it back, though.
And now we can bet. I mean,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're
free chips sitting out there. Go get them.
right. I mean, the purpose of this bet is just to get bigger aces to fold, right? And then also hit your hand. That works too.
Also outs.
Yeah.
Now I think you should make a huge bet.
Right. Make it look really bluffy.
Make it look really bluffy. Try and get called by, a pair that doesn't know where they're at or whatever. But definitely
Even ace,
make this
yeah.
look really bluffy.
And by the way, it's a hand that makes no sense except for what they have. They're going to go for half pot. I actually agree with you here because it's sort of like, wait, what hand are you checking back on the flop, betting turn, and then going huge on the river?
Yeah, it makes no sense. It looks so suspicious.
Right? Like right now, it just looks like he has Queen Jack or Jack 10.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, right. You're never betting pot there with Jack 10. Like that just doesn't happen. So it just looks so bluffy. I do like a big bet there.
Yeah, and for those of you wondering, like the big bet just kind of, it's what we call polarizing, meaning that player would either have, in Quantum Criminal in that case, would either have like the absolute top of their range or bluffs. Jack 10 is usually more like, half pot. It's kind of a smaller bet. So when you go so large like that, somebody's just like, why would he do this with a jack?
Anyway, Quantum Criminal played it perfectly, and David is the new chip leader.
Unbelievable.
Our chatter is the new chip leader.
Yeah. Our chatters are they're brilliant. They are brilliant.
We have not had one of our regular chatters win this thing, have we?
No, we've had QVI obviously, win a huge tournament, but
they weren't known to us that they hadn't. Now they chat regularly, but I don't think they chatted before they won it.
Right, but they used our ticket though to do that.
Oh yeah, okay. They must have been. Yeah, they used our ticket. Is the point?
But yes, absolutely. I mean, just on a our normal $100,000 mystery bounty Sunday show, this could be a first. And the crazy thing is, so Prodigy now are short stack with 11 big blinds, but still everybody else with chips. See if Quantum Criminal starts to kind of use their leverage as one of the chip leaders. They've been raising almost every button. They did it with 4-3. This time they do not, though, with 10-6.
Commentator's curse. Let's see if they really open up, and no, they folded.
Yeah. Once again, Nick Wealthall, David Tuckman here for 888 Poker's Magic Monday. We've got a lot going on here on our channel. Tomorrow, we've got Leo Jakura. He is back in the hot seat, taking on the community in the 888 Poker home game. That's tomorrow. Tune in, register, and try your best to claim his bounty. You can blast off Wednesday. Komodo Dragon, Jesus taking on Mateus. Canada versus Portugal. In a rematch of the Great War between Canada and Portugal.
Wait. Yeah. That was a big one.
Huge pair of fives here versus a flush draw. That's all happening here on the 888 Poker TV Twitch channel. And of course, when you watch, you earn Twitch points, and those Twitch points can be redeemed to get yourself on the Wheel of Justice spin. $954 players. We are down to our final 6. We have been going for 84 minutes, and we've lost 2 players.
Yeah, this is uncommonly uncommonly slow, isn't it, for our final tables?
Oh,
Big
look at
bluff,
this.
huge bluff.
yeah. Now it's only a 17 big blind shove because that's what their opponent has, but still, we're looking at going nearly about 1.5 times the pot on this all in. And you can see this, just kind of a point what you were making earlier. When you put that big sizing in there, it does make your opponent a little bit kind of suspicious.
Yeah,
And
definitely. I mean, keep this flat had fourth pair and was not automatically folding.
Right. It's just at the highest level, you'll see players, even with just one pair, sometimes overbet the pot because they simply know they have the best hand, and they know that it'll kind of confuse their opponent. Show's going on for a while. Gives me an opportunity. Nick, have you seen any good shows lately?
I watched Day of the Jackal with Eddie Redmayne.
I haven't seen that.
It's freaking superb. I thought it was just going to be all right, like a standard kind of thrillery type thing, and because of his performance and because of some of the set pieces and the budget is really like pretty big. It's like a TV James Bond. It's really cool.
What's it called?
Day of the Jackal. So Day of the Jackal's been made into like 2 or 3 quite average films. It's a Frederick Forsyth book, but this is like a box set type series, and it's fantastic.
Well, there you go. You come here for,
recommend chat who's watched Day of the Jackal. It's really good.
well, there you go, folks. You come here for the tickets. You come here for the fun. You come here for the poker, and you get even more.
Even more. A preppy man shouting at you about Eddie Redmayne.
Listen, it's like you're in 2 a.m. and you buy the you buy the knives, and they say, but wait, buy now and get a second steak knife thrown in for free.
There you go. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any good films because there aren't any good films anymore.
I did watch a movie last night
Okay.
that I enjoyed. It's not a new movie though. I guess it's relatively, I don't know, he's like 5-6 years old. A Man Named Otto with Tom Hanks.
Oh yeah, but that's quite old, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say it's like 5-6 years old or something like that. It was actually quite good.
Okay. I also watched Andor, which is probably the best Star Wars product ever made, probably.
Ever made.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, the films were great when we were kids, but
we were stupid back then.
yeah, right. Andor's pretty cool.
It's actually a quality film. Just saw a new movie came out relatively recently. Maybe not this year, but I mean relatively recently, and it was really quite good. I recommend it. It's called The Sting. Have you seen that?
With Robert Redford and Paul Newman.
Yeah, it's got poker in it as well. There's
fantastic.
poker in there.
It's brilliant. It is brilliant. This thing's great. It's about 50 years old.
It is literally 50 years old.
Yeah, it's very, very good. I mean, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. It's great fun.
When was this thing made?
I think it's like,
1973.
I was going to say like late 70s, 73. Wow.
73. It predates. Yeah, wow. That is an old movie. But that is The Sting. Was one of my grandfather's favorite movies, and I watched it with him for the first time when he was still alive, and it was. I think that was the moment where I was like, I want to be in this world.
Which one?
The nefarious
Oh,
gambling.
You wanted to be a con man.
Oh, I wanted like sports betting and poker and all of that.
Yeah.
That just seems so cool to me. And
Yeah,
how
well,
could it not
is
if you
cool.
watch that?
It is
If you
cool.
watch that when you're a kid, or now, by the way.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, it is one of the movies that really still holds up. It is brilliant. The acting, the writing. It is a fantastic, fantastic movie. I think it won Best Picture in like 73 or 74.
Did it? It's really fun. And obviously the same actors did Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, which is incredible as well. Both of them by the same writer. It was William Goldman, one of the great film writers of all time. Also wrote The Princess Bride, All the President's Men, Maverick, which is another good poker movie.
He wrote that too?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's an incredible writer. He writes just sensational film scripts. He's just brilliant.
That's amazing.
And if you ever want something to read, he wrote Adventures in the Screen Trade, which is a book about being a Hollywood writer. And it's as funny and witty and interesting as his films are.
Of course it is, because he's a brilliant writer.
He's a brilliant writer. So that if you've got any interest in movies whatsoever, Adventures in the Screen Trade is one of the best books you could that you can read.
You know what we should do? I don't. William
Well, we're
Goldman's
going to get an all-in, but with a big advantage here.
Oh, wow. Queens versus Queen 3. The Queens are going to double up to 17 big blinds. Vortex still with us. Otto down to Queen, down to 34 big blinds. Our chip leader still fan favorite. Quantum Criminal with 43 big blinds. By the way, I know William Goldman no longer with us, but I do think I've also thought of this though. If you had like, you know, the Wellthal air conditioning company that you were marketing to the UK, and there was like, you know, there were manuals of like how-to manuals.
Yeah.
I've often thought that those manuals, imagine you had a really witty, creative writer writing those instead of what they are now.
It would be cool. See what I did there.
Yeah.
Pedro says Fred Zinnemann's Day of the Jackal wasn't average, it was excellent. Is that the original like 70s Day of the Jackal, Pedro? Or 80s, 70s? Is that version? Because there's one version where I think it might be the original film. Is it Steve McQueen? Is it? Steve
McQueen, wow.
Wait a minute, I don't actually know. Because there's a terrible, like very, well, not terrible, just
hold on a second, stop talking. We're having all in a call. We might have an elimination. Keep this flat is in trouble. No, my gosh, they flop a set, but a straight draw for the Jacks. King or an 8, not going to happen. A full house for the 9s. Keep this flat back up to 22 big blinds. 3 down to 35.5 big blinds. The all-ins continue.
So hold up.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Not Steve McQueen. I'm dreaming. Edward Fox. Yeah, so I had a problem with the assassination at the end. Can you do spoilers for a 1973 film? I don't know. Some people might not have seen it.
Great, thanks.
Sorry to spoil it for you, but I am going to tell you the end.
Right.
I just got annoyed because he misses the shot because it's Charles de Gaulle, I think, bows his head. Right? He's supposed to be the greatest assassin in the world. Like,
hold on to the call here. King Queen versus Ace 5, a 10. Or we continue on, and again, the all-in player survives. Unlucky for 3, as obviously behind the Ace 5, but that's like 57-43. Certainly could have gone either way. Prodigy with 2 pair doubles up 10 big blinds, and we continue 6-handed. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it.
That was it. Okay.
Potato Lord says the best poker movie is Titanic. Yes, there is a hand of poker in Titanic.
But it does bring me to the point. So, like in The Sting, there's a great scene. There's a great poker scene in The Sting.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah,
but I wouldn't consider it a poker movie. A few people in the chat were saying that Rounders is probably the best poker movie, and I would concur with that. But
it's almost
also
the only poker movie.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Rounders is a poker movie. It's a poker, 100% poker. I don't know if there are other ones. I mean, Cincinnati Kid,
yeah.
How many? Like most movies have poker as part
something
of it.
That happens. Yeah,
it's a scene or two in the movie, but nobody would categorize. You wouldn't look at that movie and go, "Oh, it's a poker movie."
Molly's Game is a good shout from Disco Derek. The Gambler says Parabellum and Player Quiller.
California Split.
California Split says Mercers. Haven't seen that. Is it any good?
I haven't seen California Split.
Okay.
I mean, I think the worst poker scene. What's the worst poker scene you've ever seen?
Oh my god.
Mine is the more one of the relatively recent Bond movies.
Casino Royale.
Yeah, that was just one of the worst possible poker. Maverick. I think Maverick's a poker movie. That's a great movie, right?
Yeah. Is it a poker movie?
I think it's probably there's enough poker.
They're headed to a poker tournament, aren't they? I suppose.
Right. So yeah, it's more poker than anything else. Casino Royale is probably the worst, well-known poker scene I've ever seen. Like you just want to look at that and go, "How did you not hire? You're spending millions upon millions of dollars on a budget."
They did. Two of my friends worked on it. They did hire people. They just
didn't listen.
Didn't necessarily do what they said. So there's two really weird things about Casino Royale's poker scene. In the original book, he plays Baccarat with Le Chiffre one-on-one. So why he plays a full ring game of poker is beyond me. Like, why would you ever do it like that in the first place? Why wouldn't you have them play heads up? That's the first thing. The second thing is the first bit of that poker scene where he's like has the eye tell, right? That's absolutely fine for a poker movie. Like you're setting up a tell, but then it's completely meaningless because he just gives them a monster hand and then gives James Bond an even more monstrous hand. So like, What was the whole eye thing? What was the point of it? You just wasted everybody's time. It was so weird.
I imagine your friends must have said like, unless we're trying to say that there's cheating going on here, why are we giving everybody amazing hands? 10s versus ace-7.
Amazing
10
hands
on the turn. Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Quantum disaster.
Yeah, that is a quantum disaster.
Not a quantum of solace. It's a quantum car crash. Bad luck, Quantum Criminal.
Yeah, so Quantum Criminal has now doubled up 2 players, but 1 player twice. And now they are kind of a medium stack on 21 big blinds.
Yeah, they've been unlucky despite all of our support and good vibes. If you've joined us late, Thoy is Quantum Criminal, one of our regular community members. So you're watching biased coverage of the 100K mystery bounty main event here on 888.
Yes, welcome to it. Yeah, I just thought the Casino Royale scene, I was just like, you watch that, and you're just like, what are we doing? What's going on here? There's no portion of that particular scene that I enjoyed. None. Top pair here, and this could get 3 in trouble once again. Quantum Criminal with a hand like, you've got to be thinking, 5s. I beat all the ace highs. I beat all king queens, queen jacks, king jacks. I beat all those hands.
Yeah. The stack size is a problem. I think you have to call here. Like, you're just ahead so often.
Wow. What a fold.
Yeah. I mean, that looks amazing. Soul read.
Seriously. So Quantum Criminal does fold and still in there, but now down to 19 big blinds. Now, Crazy Scotsman, by the way, I'm a Bond fan. I like James Bond movies. I like the one-liners. I love the action. I just didn't like that particular poker scene.
No,
sorry if you wrote it.
It stops the movie dead, doesn't it? Yeah. It stops the movie in its tracks. It goes on for ages. It's even bingo flop for Vortex. It's even got like explanation of the rules of poker in the middle of a Bond film. It's like it's like not good.
Right. It was just like from a movie perspective, like making a movie as a writer or as a producer director, you're looking going, why is the scene so long?
It's very long. The last hand almost killed me is a good line, Mo Shark. You're right. That is a good line.
We are still 6-handed. Huh?
We are. What is our wasn't our record long?
It's 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. What's happening? Are people just like being slowed down by the heat in England? They're just not used to operating in it. And
well, they're probably, listen, I mean, they've taken their laptop into their car to get air conditioning. Their service isn't very good. I don't know. I mean, we're on the verge of. I mean, 2 breaks have become a definite, and could we have 3 breaks today? I'm fairly certain the players always know when we have somewhere to go.
Do you think?
I think so.
Uh-huh.
And they're just a master trolling us. You know me a long time, Nick. You know I have to make it about me.
I know that. I think everyone knows that now.
Ride or Die says, new show idea, poker in your car.
Well, as David drives to Vegas to work.
I actually commentated on somebody winning a World Series of Poker event, a bracelet event, while they were in their car. It was during the pandemic, and we had World Series of Poker bracelet events online, and I was commentating on one where a gentleman won it in a parking lot at a Whole Foods parking lot. It's pretty epic.
That's pretty cool.
Well, they won it, and the funniest thing was, so they won it, and it was overnight, right? So, the tournament was like 10 p.m. to like 5 in the morning, whatever it was. And when they won it, the Whole Food employees were just coming into the parking lot to park for the day. And he's jumping in the parking lot outside of his car. Mm-hmm. It was pretty epic.
Do you have a World Series of Poker highlight so far this year from your commentary?
Not really. Not. I mean, I know obviously we're filling here. Nothing worth mentioning, I don't think.
Filling? Don't say filling to the audience. This is gold.
Well, it's gold fillings. I mean, listen, there's nothing platinum filling, diamond filling. I mean, Trip Ace is here, and 3 once again on the wrong side of this.
Yeah, they've been unlucky here, Quantum Criminal. So it's really, things have not gone their way.
No, and they're going to let that go. I like the fold. I mean, I think against Under the Gun Open, you realize that you might still be ahead, but there are very few turn cards you're going to like, and what's the play here? And they are now down to just 13 big blinds. I'm trying to think of, like, there were some highlights. I mean, yeah, there are probably a couple here and there. I mean, the couple that I haven't actually commentated on is your fellow countryman, Benny Glauser, who has now won his 3rd bracelet of the summer.
Just ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
I mean, he is young enough and talented enough that
What's
he is putting
7 or 8? 7?
8 now.
8, geez.
Yeah, I mean, he's put himself in a conversation where he's won 5 over the last, 5 or 6 now over the last 5 years now. And he seems to win one almost every year. And he plays the mixed games. He's put himself in the conversation of all in here, Ace 3 versus Ace 5. There's the clubs. They're the diamonds. A fair fight. The river.
Diamond, please.
Chop pot.
Chop. We get out of it.
We do get out of it. Chop pot could have been better. Could have been worse. I think 3 will take it. Benny Glauser is putting himself in the conversation where could he get to second place in bracelets and then maybe even challenge Phil Hellmuth at some point, depending on how long he plays?
Well, he also plays all the games.
Yeah, and well.
Yeah,
obviously.
which is, a huge advantage of the World Series of Poker. In terms of just raw winning bracelets, not winning money necessarily, because obviously they're smaller events, but in terms of winning bracelets, it's a massive deal if you can play all the games. It just opens up so many more possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, he just turned 36, so he's still 4 years away from even being eligible for the Poker Hall of Fame, and he's obviously going to be battling a lot of just absolute superstars, because you've got that the online wizards, Jason Koons of the world and those players. But Benny Glauser at this point with 8 bracelets, it's just and obviously his online success is unparalleled.
Yeah, he's clearly a sensational player. So Benny Glauser the highlight, and obviously the low light Martin Cabril. Let's move on. Yeah,
I mean, I'm almost annoyed. Like, listen, I think in poker, it's fine to have villains. I think villains are good, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's fine to like. I just feel like, why are we spending this much time talking about him?
I don't know. It's
Stop.
so like poker drives me crazy with this stuff because there's literally, I think it's a Poker News article. I hope I'm wrong, saying that he's good for the game and like it attracts people to the game. This like constant insulting chatter, and it's like no, it doesn't. Like there are some people that like it fine, but like let poker stand on its own merits. And do we is it really possible to only have two types of players that don't say anything and are incredibly boring to watch, and players that do this what's supposed to be trash talk but is actually just like verbal diarrhea that is really annoying?
Yeah, I mean, you can make the argument that Cabrera is good for the broadcast.
I just think it's so annoying to listen to.
Right. I mean, my only argument would be that, like, hey, listen, when you're making a broadcast, it's good to have a hero and it's good to have a villain, but good for the game is a whole different story. And then I don't think he's good for the game. And again, even if you did want to tolerate it, why? I feel like every single day there's another story about him. Oh, he's here now. He's here now. Yeah.
It's desperate from the people that cover the events, to be honest. And like you've got great poker stuff going on. Just cover the sport. Cover the sport.
I've been slagging Martin Cabral since my first 8-8 poker event in Rosvedov. And that's, I mean, I'm not even kidding when I say, I think that was like 7-8 years ago. I've been slagging this guy. Like, I can't stand him.
There's like, don't worry, Nick. I've been slagging him way longer than you. Don't worry. I'm all over it.
I have no time for him. And who's the other British guy who,
Kassouf.
oh, I zero time for these guys.
It's the exact same thing. It's just like witless. It's witless and boring and slows the game down. It just sucks.
I mean, at least in the Cabral side of it, Cabral does actually back it up by playing high stakes.
He's actually good at poker, yeah. I mean,
Right,
or like
he's
decent at poker, whereas Will Kassouf wasn't. But
no, Kassouf is whatever, and Kassouf also allegedly is a thief.
Allegedly so, yeah. Mo Charles says, I'm a table talker, so I can relate. Are you at least funny sometimes, though? Because, like, if you're going to table talk, you've got to be funny. Otherwise, no one wants to hear it, ever.
Or just be social. Listen, have you guys met me? Hi, I'm David Tuckman. I don't shut up.
Yeah, you must be in fairness, you must be pretty annoying.
No, but I'm not rude. If anything, I'm talking to you about how awful Casino Royale's poker scene was, right?
Yeah.
And if there's a big hand going on, I'm respectful and I'm quiet, you know? I'm not rude about it. You know?
Ottio finds a spot to put the pressure on. The stacks are getting shorter. We have like the last 15 minutes. We still aren't losing players, but it can't continue because these stacks are so short.
Yeah, good news for 3 is that there are other short stacks. Bad news that they're short. Everybody else's stack is getting shorter except for Otto's, who continues to maintain this 40 big blind stack. And in fact, Otto is Otteo, or Otto, whatever you want to call him, is in the enviable spot of they could actually be really aggressive at this point because the pay jumps are quite large.
Yeah, now they can.
Yeah. Leo Gygax says David seems more like Daniel Negreanu, professional chat. Yeah, I mean that's definitely more of my vibe. I'm trying to be. I'm not trying to be annoying. I'm sure some people find that annoying because I do talk a lot. But to me, I like social. I like being social. And one of the great things about poker is you're sitting around with 6, 7, 8 people, and you're going to be sitting down for a while. Now, why not have a good conversation?
Prodigy with the all-in from the blind picks up one risk-free, and we've got 3 stacks at 13 big blinds or less. So this just might make the play really tight. Because why would you commit when?
Yeah, this is actually when you should be tighter, except for Otto, who could be really, really aggressive if they wanted to be. Boxwaxer says all Tony G wannabes. I don't know if you touched on that or not, but I would say the difference between Tony G, who can also be, aggravating. Tony G's hilarious. I will say that's the one thing. If you're going to be a troll, be funny. And Tony G is that.
You have to be funny.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just, I don't know, boorish.
Witless, right?
Yeah, witless. Witless bore, says Nick. Oh dear. We still got lots of giveaways. How are we doing in the free roll? Did we make the money?
It's over. It's been over for 20 minutes.
The free roll. Keep this flat is all in. I think they're going to get this one through.
Yeah. Vortex is our short stack. Everything else is pretty fluid. Auto is our big stack, and it's interesting how this one goes out. See if Prodigy wants to get aggressive with the King 10. I might be shoving this if I'm 3. We'll see. You have just enough to get it through a 3-bet. It's close. They do go all in. I like it. Your opponent's going to have pairs. Your opponent's going to have ace-3 sometimes. And look at that. They get King 10 folded.
Well, they're folding King 10 suited, yeah. So
it's huge.
Very, very profitable shove.
Paravini going to open. See what Otto wants to do here. Problem is Otto's not – Paravini's not deep enough that Otto can 3-bet and then fold.
Right.
So they're just going to go with it. Oh, Moss Shark busted in 275th place. They are in the money, by the way.
Ex-Merciless is out. Did you make the money, you two? Anyone still in the free rolls? Anyone left? Kiss My Ace is still in. Good. Well done. The Hungary's still in.
Pay jump between 3rd place and 6th is about $3,000. So certainly a reason for these players to play it a little bit close to the vest.
Yes, this is like, does Keep This Flat want to gamble here? Because
they do.
They're gambling. They do.
A 7 or a deuce, chop it up. Nope, 6s. A set of 6s for Keep This Flat. Going to double up. Keep This Flat, by the way, has been all in like 19 times.
Yeah, they have.
It's amazing.
They've, somehow dodged the bullets. The Hungary's still in. Rangood is still in. Waynian is still in. Claude Dennis is just out, but would have made the money. Well done to everyone that made the money. Remember, the whole point of the free roll is not about how much you win, it's about how many people you beat. So well done on making the money. You've overachieved. Vic is 3th. I don't know what that is. Chet Cray says, time to talk about ICM. Lol. No, it's not. It's never time to talk about ICM, as you know. David Tupman, look at him. He's on the edge of his seat. He can't wait. He'd love to do a breakdown of ICM considerations for each of the players.
Well, I was just looking down at my notes about ICM right here, and I'm ready to pound on it whenever it's ready. You give me the word.
Okay.
And I'm going.
Hour 4 we'll call the ICM hour.
There we go. Done. Looking forward. Something to look forward to, everybody.
Absolutely.
By the way, if we get into hour 4, I am going to call the suits over at 888 Poker and get more giveaways.
Look at that. David Tupman has your back.
Neither player with a club in their hand. Pair of 6s for Paravini are good. Both players with the same gut shot. As evidenced by the fact that we have not given away any tickets this hour, you can figure out that we've got a little bit of a while to go.
Yes, we do. But we're still going to give you 3 $109 tickets. And then we're still going to have 2 more in the Wheel of Justice with the Siren. You're just going to have to wait a little bit and watch some poker with us.
Let's see what we got. It is Dunkin' Donut Day, everybody.
Dunkin' Donut Day.
There you go. Trip to Dunkin' Donuts. You've all been good. You've stuck with us for 2 hours.
Other donuts are available. I presume. I don't know much about donuts.
No, I'm going to the Dunkin' Donuts store. I'm not going to take them to 4 stores, Nick.
Okay, fine. Fine.
You sound like my kids. My kids are like, I want Dunkin' Donuts, but I want Randy's Donuts. Well, I'm not going to 2 different stores.
No. Impractical. I don't really like donuts.
What?
Yeah. I'm not a big baked goods guy.
You don't like music and you don't like donuts. How do you not like donuts? That's just so... What's not to like? It's sugary baked goodness. They're warm. They're sugary.
Fine. They're fine. I could eat one like in a emergency situation. Like obviously they're not bad, but I'd never choose one.
Wow.
I like ice cream.
You like okay? You know what they have here, by the way?
What's that?
It's so American. It's so American. There's a place actually in Pasadena near my house that will they have a donut, another donut, and they put ice cream in the middle. So it's like a cookie ice cream sandwich, but instead it's a donut ice cream sandwich. Does anything else scream just like,
Heart attack.
American
Yeah.
than a donut sandwich?
That is hardcore.
I'm not going to lie. They come out, so the donuts are warm, and then you put a scoop of ice cream in the middle of it.
Oh my God, you order it. You're saying you order it.
Oh, it's delicious, my friend. It's fantastic. In fact, I've got 5 minutes and 50 seconds. I'm going to go get myself one.
Okay,
We're back with more after this. Snap called by worse.
25 big blinds.
Yeah. No gamble, no future.
What do you want to do here if you're Guerrero? Like, literally, what do you want to do? You're third in chips. What do you want to, or ish, something like that. I don't know the complete runouts. What do you want to do with ace queen? Cool. And?
Hope you hit.
Hope you hit and. You're stacking off on a queen? Is that what you're doing?
You might, yeah.
But then, your words, it's an absolute catastrophe to go broke. It's tens of thousands of euros. Does Guerrero want to hit a queen here? That's my question to you.
He'd like to hit 3 clubs.
3 clubs or top 2 or something. Then he might feel all right.
Oh, my. What do you do here?
Wow, Panto bet in the dark.
What?
He bet in the dark. He's done exactly what I said. He doesn't need to think.
Okay, everybody. We've got giveaways, we've got free rolls, but this might, even with despite that,
This might be over in 2 hours.
No, but it might be the best final table ever.
It could be a lot of fun. So here is exactly the situation I described. This is exactly the situation.
Exactly.
He's hit his hand. Now what do you want to do?
Well, especially the fact that Panto bet blind.
What do you want to do, though? You tell me. You're in his shoes. What are you doing? You're calling to
Crying.
leave yourself $1 million?
I'm crying.
You're crying. It's absolutely horrible.
I mean, you don't give him a jack, obviously. He bet blind. How could he have a jack?
Can't give him a jack. So you're stacking off with like 6 stacks shorter than you?
I think Guerrero might just stack off here.
Well, he's committed now. He can't fold now, can he?
Well, I mean,
Can he?
Listen, we've seen crazy things.
I suppose he can. He's got 1.1. I suppose he can.
But
fold.
what does he do on, like, the deuce of diamonds?
By the way, should we just feel sad for Guerrero? This is such a
I feel
horrible
terrible.
cooler. What a horrible cooler.
Panto, by the way, if he holds here, will end up having half the chips in play. Oh, my. The chips are going in.
Check.
Did he check? No, he moved all in.
he
It's a
moved
call.
all in.
Okay, Guerrero calls. Guerrero needs a club or a queen. Pot is 4.5 million. Guerrero came in third in chips, I believe. If he gets knocked out in ninth, this will be awful for him. Looking for a club or a queen. The outs are on the top of your screen. Panto standing up.
Look at him, the Godfather.
It's a jack. He makes quads.
He loves it.
Garcia with ace kings all in. Panto's got jacks. We got to flip.
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
I like the jacks.
Panto could obliterate the final table more.
I like the jacks. I'm going with jacks.
Yeah,
You can have
for
the ace
sure.
king.
No thanks.
What? I've been doing this all weekend. What do you mean?
Wow. We could be
By the
four-handed.
way, and one of the king is dead. Panto looking to make the double elimination here. Can you knock out both Garcia and Peluso? If the jacks hold, by the way, it'll be Peluso who finishes higher. Oh, and there's a set. There's 3 queens left in the deck.
I just want to be Panto. How do I make that happen in my life?
Here's the river at 3.6 million in the pot.
To be four-handed.
They need a queen. It's not the queen, it's the 8 of hearts and top set for Panto.
Amazing. What a run.
You might think that Vecchiana has just gone to dinner.
Yeah. He just hasn't been part of this.
Which, by the way, if you're Vecchiana, you're kind of
he's
loving
going to be
it.
part of it now.
He's probably going to be part of this one. But if you're Vecchiana, he's playing the short stack perfectly. Let you two get involved in every single pot. Maybe something happens and I can just squirt my way into second and then get lucky. He's got 30 big blinds,
More.
and he's watching those two battle. Panto quickly calls. He does use his big chips when he has them. By the way, this pot's 3.1 million.
Yeah. And Panto hasn't put tons of thought into it yet. See, he must have. Panto has something here. He doesn't have
No, yeah,
garbage.
He doesn't do this with nothing. But he's very unlikely to have the best hand right now. I think it's very safe to see that Vecchiano's got the best hand. What's the bet size? You want to keep him around. What are you going, 950? 950 and then get the rest in on the turn?
I mean, if he's got a pair, he's not folding. So.
That's the whole point, right?
If he doesn't have a pair.
Well, I'm saying if he has king queen here, he might call like 900.
No, he's gone my route. Okay,
All
that's,
in.
Okay, that's tilt. Okay, that's tilt.
I don't know if it's tilt. Oh, well, maybe. I don't know.
It's pretty tilty. He got 3-bet with 5-3.
I just think he likes to gamble.
Yeah. Maybe he just likes to gamble.
Probably how he has all the chips in the first place. He's looking for running hearts, a 5 or a 3. Vecchiana trying to survive here, and he will. Ace on the turn, and that is it. Vecchiana, our new chip leader. Panto with Jack 7 suited. That much.
Vecchiano probably has ace-jack here.
King Queen.
King Queen, same thing.
I think a fairly trivial all-in. I suppose you could just call.
Yeah, I think he's going to want to call because I think he thinks.
No, I like the all-in. I really like this.
Oh, wow.
You get called by worse? Hey, look at that. He gets snap called by worse.
25 big blinds.
Yeah. I'm not raising folding Jack 7. Come on.
Of course. No, of course.
Kidding me? No gamble, no future. By the way, there's 8.6 million in this. We could be
heads up. Yeah.
We could be. Or we're right back to a kind of an even slate between these three players.
Andy Exxon says he gave up. I think, there's some frustration there.
And we are back. That's right. Extended coverage of 8-A-Day Poker's Magic Monday. It never ends. The magic never ends here on a Monday. Nick Wealthall alongside me. I'm David Tuckman, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us. We've still got a lot of giveaways. Good news. Silver lining of a long show. We got it all in here. Ace Jack versus Jack 10. Oh, look at this. Could we be down to 5? We are. Look at that. Top 2 for Keep This Flat and Vortex. It's top pair with Ace Jack. Very unlucky. And they are out in 6th. Vortex takes home 6th place money. And with their bounties, Vortex is going to actually earn about $2,500. Well done for Vortex. We are down to 5. And our chat community friend of our show, Thui, Quantum Criminal, still in the mix, but they are short stacked with just 11 big blinds. We still have giveaways. And I was saying, silver lining, we might even be here when the free roll ends.
Yeah, we don't usually get to see the end of the free roll, but if you're still in it, good luck. And if you're in it and deep and doing well, let us know in the chat.
Absolutely.
So we can root for you, so we can rally support for you.
Go, 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 go. Yes.
Exactly like that kind of thing.
Merciless says, hang on in there, Quantum Criminal. The best thing is that we're on a delay. So while we're cheering Quantum Criminal on, it's probably already done.
Or is it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Is it our first ever 3-break show, David Tuckman?
It could very well be.
It could be.
It could be.
I mean, we are obviously, because time has passed, much shorter stacked. So it probably shouldn't last another hour. We've got 3 11 big blind stacks. We've only got, what have we got?
We have 90 big blinds in play. Yeah, there's not a lot of chips in play.
No.
This would be. We were a little deeper than we normally are when we start these final tables. But right around now is when the tournaments usually would end, when there's like 70, 80 big blinds in play. The fact there's still 90 big blinds in play, just a testament to the great structure at 8-8. What is the current temperature in Las Vegas as I drive there today? I'm actually curious. Current temperature.
A mild, balmy.
What do you think?
What time is it now in Vegas?
It's 2 p.m.
Am I Fahrenheit?
Oh, this is actually nice. We'll go. You can give it to me in Celsius because everybody's here.
It's World Series of Poker time, Celsius. I'm going to go 32 p.m. I'm going to go 37.
33.
Oh, chilly.
Yeah, almost chilly. Whoa. It is going to warm up, though. It'll warm up later this week. Good news is, so I'm going to be there for 3 days, and it never gets hotter than, say, like 38, which is okay. This weekend is going to be 42 degrees in Vegas. But 33 is like sign me up all day, every day. That is only, apparently it's only 91 degrees Fahrenheit in Vegas right now, which is, I mean, I'm going to have to repack. I'm going to have to bring sweatshirts. Pair of threes versus a pair of twos, blind on blind. This is the two players with the most chips at the table.
I remember the first time I was there in Vegas time, and I walked outside one night at like 1 a.m. or something. I think it was like 90 degrees or 88 degrees or something like that. It's like, it's the desert. It's not supposed to be cold at night. Like, what's going on? It's crazy how hot it is in the summer.
Yeah, one summer in particular, I brought my dog there, and the way we had to do it was I would finish work at the World Series of Poker, and I would go back to the flat I was renting, and I would then take my dog to the dog park at like 2 a.m.
That's rough.
I just got them on that schedule. So basically, like, we would stay up from like 2 to 3:30 or so, run them around. Then we would, like, you know, and they would just sleep during the day. Very strange.
Very strange, yeah.
Lime Rookie says it's only 21 here in Costa Rica.
21 is my kind of temperature.
You would love, actually, you would love it here in LA right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
Okay.
It is 25.
It's pretty good.
25 is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice. It's slightly too hot to like play tennis or like play five.
Really?
Five yeah. I'm an English boy. I can't run around in 25.
I mean, it's late June. 25 is like, what is that? 78 degrees, 77 degrees. It's below 80. I know that.
Look at me. Look at my skin. I'm basically translucent. I can't.
Yeah. Honestly, whenever I imagine you in anything over 30,
yeah,
I think of Raiders of the Lost Ark and the guy who melts when he sees the Ark at the end.
That's exactly what it's like. If I don't get to, I've got 30 minutes to get to the AC, otherwise it's over for me.
It just melts, and Nick Ralphell melts.
Yeah, that is what happens.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here. We still have more giveaways. The mayor of Tickettown. He is my
do
partner
one.
in crime. Yeah?
Hi to Jack, mate, who's in the YouTube chat. Hi, Jack. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having fun playing poker.
Hey, Jack.
We've got 3 to give away, so let's do one via a keyword, David Tuckman.
Did you know Jack and I are good friends now? We're pretty close.
You worked together for 14 minutes, and he couldn't pick you out a lineup, but yeah.
We're close now. We are besties. What's up, bestie? Yeah. Love ya.
Okay. Where does Jack live?
Jack lives in the UK.
The UK.
Yes.
Like all good friends, you know the country. All right, so we've got a $109 ticket to give away. We're going to do it the easiest way possible. We're going to do a keyword. You literally have to type in a word, and I know you have it in you. To win a $109 ticket, you could be playing in this grind fest next week, but it's a grind fest for thousands of dollars.
Is the keyword Jackmate and Tucky forever?
It is not, no.
Oh.
In honor of Quantum Criminal, our Thoy, our man from our community who's done so well in this tournament, and also crossover word, there was also a Bond film with this in the title. We were talking about James Bond earlier. Brilliant. The keyword is quantum. Quantum.
Okay, well,
type quantum in the chat. QUA ontum. Type quantum in the chat and win. And he's all in. The timing is perfect.
Well, maybe not. Oh, diamond! Give him a diamond! A diamond or 10! Come on!
Hit it! Oh, bitch.
Somebody bleep that out at 888, please.
Why?
Oh.
I'm sad.
We said a keyword for him, and then it got knocked out.
I know, we were trying to get the force of chat behind him.
Oh. I mean, it was a bad
timing.
flop, but then not a bad flop at all because he picked up diamond or any 10. And he couldn't find it. I mean, it's a hand that played itself, by the way, on the button with less than 10 big blinds, and he had queen jack. The chips are going to go in every single time as they should. Unfortunately for Quantum, it was not to be, and they are gone in 5th place. They'll take home for their efforts, by the way. Hold on to your hat, everybody. Quantum ended up making nearly $4,000 when it was all said and done.
Wow. Coincidentally, that's exactly the same amount of money as Quantum of Solace made at the box office. So there you go. The worst of the Bond films.
All in a call.
He's going to have to call here because they ran into aces. They were making a 3-bet squeeze. They're going to give a donation to Prodigy. Quantum Criminals in the chat, they say, yeah, that didn't go too well. Thank you for your biased commentary. Much appreciated. Of course, and also you got a lot of love in the chat, Quantum.
Hey, Quantum, great job. Great job. Congratulations. And I'm glad you got some really good bounties there. Nice payday for you. Well done.
Yeah, well done. And look how chat, to celebrate your exit, spontaneously all decided to type your name in.
Quantum.
That's beautiful.
This could be you, by the way. Play on 888. And if you're in the chat, you can count on us to be completely biased and impartial. Or partial. Quantum Corner says, apologies for the annoying 888 username. If I could change it, I would. It's okay. Listen, you make final tables, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly. We know who you are, so
it's all good.
It's all good. Chat, I hope you're inspired to do even better than 5th in this event and have us shout at you for the final table.
In fairness,
type in Quantum. You must be on Twitch. Doesn't work on YouTube. You must be on Twitch. 88 Poker TV. Be quick. Get it fired up. Type in Quantum. Quantum.
Yeah, that one. Entum. In fairness, though, Quantum Criminal lasted. He got the memo and he said, "Okay, I need to last over 2 hours. I'm going to last 2 hours and 7 minutes. That should be enough to win."
You always win if you do that on
right?
this show.
Like, he didn't realize this is going to be the longest show in the history of our Magic Mondays.
I actually think he had a pretty unlucky final table. He had a lot of spots where there just wasn't so much he could do. Still quite go ahead, but obviously a great tournament.
Yeah, there were a lot of spots where, I mean, even like the ace fives versus like ace 7 versus tens, those kind of spots where you should win that like 35% of the time, and they seemingly won it never.
Well, somebody's going to win something not never because one person's about to win a $109 ticket, David Tuckman.
Let's do it. You, my friend, are going to win something on the wheel. No,
it's the keyword giveaway. Stick with the script. Christ's sake. The winner is Wei Nguyen. Wei Nguyen, who also I think cashed the free roll. Wei Nguyen, you've won a $109 ticket. Well done.
And a beach day.
And a beach day with David Tuckman and his family.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
Sunscreen not included.
Bring your own sunscreen, apparently. But other than that, everything else included.
Congratulations, Wayne Nguyen. You just won a $109 ticket. If you didn't win, don't cry, don't fret, don't complain. We don't want to hear it. But we still have 2 more tickets to give away. That's right. I'm going to ask Nick a ridiculously silly question. Nick will get the answer right. Queens versus 4s. Paravini needs help.
Yeah, big pot.
Yeah, it is. And look at this. Keep This Flat is now our chip leader at 44.5 big blinds, and we are down to 3.
They were our short stack warrior for so long. Paravini decided that Keep This Flat was 3-betting a hand that they would fold there. And unfortunately, it wasn't one of those. It was queens.
Right. Paravini, by the way, courtesy of the bounties and 4th place money, will take home about $3,300. We're down to 3. You mentioned it, the short stack warrior. Keep This Flat came into this final table as our short stack.
Yeah. Yeah, and you noticed it as well, that they're really good at picking their spots. and stayed active. Never really got down to life support in terms of a short stack. And it just goes to show, if you like really focused and pick spots and have a little bit of luck along the way, you're not done just because you're coming to a final table short stacked.
Yeah, it's also important to win all your all-ins. That helps.
That's a good idea also.
Yeah.
And then suddenly everything goes your way. Look at this.
Oh, this is real trouble for Prodigy. They're just
blinds.
they're not that deep. It's a wet board. You've got top pair. And blind on blind. I mean, this is a nightmare situation for Prodigy. Like, you really are hoping for a spade or obviously a king or a five. But it's like, if a spade, a king, a five, or maybe a queen.
Why are they checking? I don't understand.
I don't get it.
Why check? You've got a player with 19 big blinds. It's like bet 4 big blinds and then put them in on the river. Why are they trying to be tricky?
I don't know. Well, Prodigy's going to bet because they just think they're the best hand. And the problem with this is now you check raise this hand. It actually gives your opponent with king five a chance to get out of it. If you just bet, you get 3 calls. When you have an overpair, there's the now queen on the river, and this probably does go check now. When you have an overpair to the board and you bet and your opponent calls you, you have to realize that you do not block your opponent from having top pair. So it's actually a pretty, they're going to have that a lot of the time here. And Prodigy actually folds as they put their opponent on a queen, I imagine.
Yeah, keep this flat one the minimum there. They've been playing really well, but that was not their best work.
Yeah, sometimes players we call it fancy play syndrome.
Yeah, that was a bit of that.
You've got the overpair. Your opponent's going to have a king sometimes. Just bet, especially on a wet board.
Well, it's blind versus blind. And blind versus blind, players will you've said this before when we've been commentating, players will rationalize calling with all kinds of stuff because they know that your range of hands at the start is so wide, No,
yeah, absolutely.
He doesn't have to have a king there for you to get paid. It's like, anyway.
No, there's such a bevy of hands, especially. I mean, the board was king, queen, 3, or queen, queen, deuce with 2 spades out there. Think of all the draws.
Yep.
That you just let your opponent realize their equity for free.
Totally.
Anyway, we are 3-handed. What looked like might never end might just end. I'm waiting for the mayor of Ticketown to let me know when I should ask him a question. We're going to be giving away 2 tickets with that at some point today. Yeah. So don't stick with us. Anybody still in the free roll? And how many players are left?
Anyone still in the free roll? Yeah. How close is it to the end? Anyone still playing deep?
Bueller.
Exactly. Herminator is 110 left. Herminator is still in. Go on, the Herminator. Herminate some people. One's out, but went deep. Well done.
All I can think of when I think of Herminator now is like a little gerbil type creature, right? And it's Terminator. It's like a little gerbil going to kill things.
Exactly.
That's where my mind. I don't know why. I'm very visual today. I think it all started with the 23 and 3.
Visual allegories. Waynunian is also in 57th. Awesome. And the Hungary just got knocked out. Bad luck run by you. So we've got a couple left, it looks like.
Waynunian, this could be your day. Could you pull off the win a ticket and win the free roll in one day?
Very rare.
Go get it. Flush draw versus a pair of kings. Pot size bet here from keep this flat. And look at that, a king folds.
Yeah, keep this flat. It's even more surprising they check those aces because they have been aggressive throughout. And they've played pretty well, I have to say.
By the way, even more reason why I'd want to bet the aces there is because there are so many draws that I do want to bet. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And with the big stack, I want to pressure my opponents. So when I actually have it, I have to bet then too. Otherwise, I'm not balanced. And I know balanced is a little bit overrated, but if you get yourself in the habit of betting when you don't have it and not betting when you have it, you just become very easy to play against. Ace high flop here, pair queens for Otto. Difference between second and third, $1,700.
Yeah, that's a big leap in a $100 tournament. Obviously, it's going to be meaningful for these players.
Yeah. What's up, Mitch Charchar, sorry. Good luck to all of you still in the free roll.
Oh, great spot for Prodigy.
It's just beautiful. I mean, you're going to get action. They're just going to move all in. There's the call. There's a jack and a 10. Uh-oh, spades? No, 5 of hearts on the river, and Prodigy does survive. And a full double up, and the tables have been turned. Now it is Prodigy in second place and Otto in third.
Yeah, Prodigy finally gets one to go their way. What's wrong, David?
I was hugging Miss Charchar. They were hugging us, so I was hugging them back.
Okay, don't hug strangers. I've told you about that.
They hugged me first.
Oh, then it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I just know about the pending lawsuits, and I worry if you...
I always ask for consent first.
Very good. Well done. Miss Charger says not a stranger. Fair.
There we go.
Fair.
So as you can see, still about 90 big blinds in play.
There are.
They are.
Still two $109 tickets in play.
And the Wheel of Justice is coming. At this point, not sure we'll make a third break. We'll see, though. Certainly could.
We have never made the third break.
Is that true? I feel like we have.
Oh. I was trying to build some drama. I don't remember making the third break. I probably deleted it from my brain.
Yeah.
Why didn't we make the third break? When did that happen?
I don't know. But I feel like there are moments in our lives that our mind purposely doesn't let us remember, right?
That's right.
And this might be one of them, third break.
Well, in the old days, we used to cover the much longer tournaments sometimes, right?
That's what I feel like. I feel like
one of 4 or 5 hour,
all in a call. Oh, a set of deuces and a flush draw. Spade on the river. No, it's a 9, and the set of deuces is going to double up, and Otto back up to 28 big blinds and keep this flat down to 36. And again, now it is a 3-horse race. Any of them could win this. Yeah, I want to say it was like an XL main event or something. One of those.
we'll have done that. But this format, Magic Mondays, I don't think we've done the third break.
I will go back and watch every one and see.
Yes. Okay, brilliant.
I'll do the research.
You'll report back.
I'm on it.
Prodigy does have the deal indicator. This is a classic situation for a deal when you've got 3 stacks that are very, very close. They're not too deep. I would recommend that they take one.
It's just Mr. Deal.
Leo Geiger says he doesn't remember 3 breaks, and Leo's been involved in more of these shows than me.
Yeah. Leo also has a far better memory than you and I have.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy Ray pointing out they have had the deal handshake on for pretty much all the final table. Yeah.
They have. I just think this is their first chance of actually getting one.
No deal. Pocket sixes win. And look at this. Just gets closer and closer. Keep this flat on 35 bigs. Well, we've got 30 minutes until our next break, so I would say it's maybe even money, whether we get there or not.
Even money. Interesting. I mean, look at this. The chip stacks are close to even.
Oh, this is. You can look at that and be like, okay, we'll keep this hat flat as a slight favorite because they've got more chips, but it's one hand or less. It's just, it's so close. Pair of eights here versus an open-ended straight draw. We could and should get a little bit of action on this one. Prodigy going to bet one big blind. Otto, I imagine, not going to go anywhere. The pair of eights does make the call. The board pairs. So Otto feeling probably even better about his pair of eights. Prodigy can win this with a 9, a queen, or a 7. Or somehow getting Otto to fold. They're going to go 5.1 big blinds. They are betting more than pot. Try to maybe pressure a 6 here. I don't imagine an 8 folds, but you never know. Wow.
It does.
Good bet by Prodigy. I did not think that the 8 would fold, but it does.
I mean, that's just a mindlessly profitable bet if you're getting an 8 to fold there, because like we're three-handed, like they should have such a wide range of hands there that if you're getting 8s to fold, you should be bluffing like crazy.
I mean, if I'm flatting 8s, to me, like I have 8s there. I'm like, oh, I've got the nuts.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like I'm not like you got a jack there. Like I just go, well done, nice hand. I'm not mindlessly calling, but like 8's too strong a hand. Well played though by Prodigy, and now Prodigy is back in the chip lead. Look at that. It's amazing stuff going on here.
Yeah, Nanteo's staying aggressive. They've been pretty aggressive. It's been a funny final table in terms of it's funny that it has lasted a long time because I think we just had quite a lot of big blinds in play at the start and then just haven't had coolers because it hasn't been – the one we did a couple of weeks ago was very, very passive. And this one hasn't been that. The players have been prepared to make moves and, be aggressive.
Yeah, I don't know if the structure was adjusted or it just worked out that we got to the final table a little quicker than we normally get to. But the fact that 147 minutes into our show, there are still 90 big blinds in play.
Yeah, that's very unusual.
Yeah, I feel like this would be normally at this point we would have like 10 big blinds in play.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody 88 forgot to press the blinds move up button.
Well, it is progressing. I do feel like we've kept people waiting long enough. Should we play a game that results in 2 people winning $109 tickets, David Tutman?
I think that's what the people want.
It's what the people want. It's what they deserve. And despite the fact that all 3 stacks are even and we might be here for another day, I just feel like let's award some tickets. So
I'm quietly rooting for Quantum Criminal to win a ticket here.
Win a ticket? Oh, that would be very cool. They deserve it for their deep run. So you are asking me a question. We're playing What Does Nick Think? All you have to do, doesn't matter if you've never played before, is guess what answer I will give. Not what answer is on Google, but what answer will I, Nick, give to David's question. We've got 2 $109 tickets up for grabs. The 2 closest unique values win. Just 1 guess per player. You can guess on YouTube or on 888. 1 guess per player. Lime runs the contest. Very good luck. David, what is the question?
Well, I was going to ask you a question about me and about the beach, but I decided, you know what? Instead, I'm going to make it a little bit more apropos for what's going on right now. We have a show that is now currently in their 148th minute. Nick Wealthall, you have commentated on many, many final tables online or live in your life. In minutes, what is the longest final table you have ever covered? Just final table. Yeah. Forget about day you've worked. Final table, from start to final table to the end of it when you crown the champion. What is the longest final table you have ever covered, live or online, in minutes?
Yeah. It's a great question.
Thank you. In minutes. Some of these answers are shocking on both sides.
Oh, really? It includes live. You didn't say online, did you? You said
I said online or live. Yeah,
or
both.
Live. Yeah, okay,
Like Vlarinck is just guessed 113 minutes.
The longest.
This show has just gone on for 129 minutes, folks. The longest that Nick Welthall has ever covered in his life.
I don't like. Do you know what? I've done so many long ones. I can't even pinpoint which final table it would be. So it's a bit of a guesstimate. There's some free info
of course.
for you.
But I'm going to throw something out there, guys. For those of you who don't know, there are 60 minutes in an hour, folks.
Oh, that's yes.
So like a 4-hour show would be 2 hours and 240 minutes. Just trying to help people out with the math side of it. 10-hour show would be 600 minutes, so forth and so on. I'll leave you to it, everybody. I'll let him do the math. I will call the action here. Otto going to bet here. Has a gut shot plus the overcard. Keep this flat. It's got a pair of nines. I mean, that's a strong hand. Now, we've seen players folding second pair, and again, that's kind of been the theme here. Players staying aggressive and the other players folding what is a good but not great hand to that double barrel. It makes the double barrel incredibly profitable if players are going to fold second pair to them.
My answer is in.
His answer is in, everybody.
Good luck, players.
Yeah. Misia Poker has guessed 77 minutes.
That might literally be the shortest live final table. It's about an hour and a quarter, I think.
Right.
This is one of the longest online final tables because online final tables just don't, like, unless you get some really high stakes, super deep stack one, they don't usually go too much longer than a couple of hours. Not really.
Right. Yeah. Once in a while, they'll go like 3.5 hours or so. Now, obviously, we've covered longer days because we've covered like a day one or a day two, and let's say it's in Romania.
Yeah.
But that's not the final table, and that wasn't the question. Berber pointing out the longest World Series of Poker final table ever played happened only about a month ago at the World Series of Poker Europe in Leicester Square, where John Giwando won his fourth bracelet after a grueling 19.5 hours of play. I don't think that was a month ago, but...
That was literally 15 years ago, maybe.
But still, very cool. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, there have been long ones. I remember Chip Reese actually defeating Andy Block in the 50K Players Championship many, many years ago. Chip Reese winning that bracelet.
That was wrong. Didn't that go into the next morning?
Yeah, that was, I mean, I want to say that final table was like 20 hours.
Right.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that's dumb. Yeah, I remember the WSOP Europe in Leicester Square because I did a lot of media at that event. And that went into the next morning. That was a really messed up structure.
You worked for 8 hours. You went home, slept for 8 hours, got up, and you're like, wait, what are you still doing?
What are you still doing?
This is ridiculous. Last chance to answer. Get your answers in, everybody. What is the longest?
It's a good question.
In minutes, what is the longest that Nick Welthall has ever worked a final table, from start to final table to crowning a champion?
I think my answer is going to be, even though I can't pinpoint the exact final table, I think my answer is going to be pretty close to the reality of what the answer is.
I mean, this is one that you've never gotten one of these answers wrong. So I have faith in you.
I always know what I think, even if I have got some answers very badly wrong if we're in the real world, but we're not. So that's good. What do I think is all you need to worry about.
Hey, if you're still here, by the way, call me. Talk to you later, buddy. See you in Vegas.
All in. David, we've got an all in. Do your job.
Cool. Ace deuce wins. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep playing. Jack, I'll see you in Vegas in July, buddy. Call me.
That's weird.
Hey, listen, maybe you don't know what it's like to be friends with somebody who's famous, but I do, okay?
I know what it's like to be friends with another human, and you don't go, call me. That's not it.
Hi,
Oh, the
Jack.
contest is closed. Oh wow. Contest is closed. Good luck, people.
Leo Gagek asking, what is my longest? It's long. Probably pretty similar to Nick. I mean, Nick and I have both been doing this for a very long time.
Well, you've done World Series of Poker final tables, which I haven't, and some of those have got really, messed up structures. Like there's been some out and out mistakes with structures at the World Series of Poker before, and like some of the limit events have got into bad situations. So I imagine that you've got an outlier one somewhere along the line that was really bad.
Yeah, there was one in 2012 that was particularly difficult to cover because it was a heads-up event. And the weird thing was, so when you defeated your opponent in heads-up poker, what they would do is you'd win their chips. So you'd have double the amount of chips going into the next level. But they didn't really change the structure.
Oh, my God.
So by the time they got to the finals,
how much did they have?
The players had like 700 big blinds each.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. So
why didn't they change it when they realized that, though?
So the heads-up matches, I want to say that though, like the semifinal matches were like 7 hours long.
So one of the things that used to wind me up in the old days, because they have got better with structures, I think, at live events, but what used to annoy me in the old days is that tournament directors always have discretion to change structures. They can take out levels, they can double blinds, they can shorten levels, they can do what they like if you're entering into a live poker tournament. And, sometimes it's just really apparent a mistake has been made.
Right.
And back in the day, people, I don't think, like to change. I think they're better now at adjusting. But
Ooh, running nines here for Prodigy.
Yeah, they might get better. Small pot.
Yeah, I mean, tournament directors are loath to make changes because they feel like you signed up with a structure in mind.
Yeah.
But yes, there are times where there's a mistake and it's just really obvious. And you're going, okay, do you guys really want to play for 17 hours?
You've got 700 big blinds each is definitely a mistake.
Let's figure this out. We can make something work here. Let's meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've at this point they've gotten very, very good at it, and it really is just like a mathematical equation where you're like, okay, this is how many chips are in play. This is approximately the level the tournament will end in. It's plus or minus one level, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that was not the case at all when me and you both started out. They didn't know. They didn't know that at all. They were using vibes, basically.
They were just going.
Yeah, they were.
Yay! I don't know what's going on. We're going to award this ticket momentarily. Lime Ricky is tallying the votes, looking through all your guesses to figure it out. Pocket nines here for Prodigy, who, by the way, remember they were a short stack. They doubled up with Ace Jack versus Ace 10. Then they won another big pot, and suddenly they're the ones with all the chips. At one point, by the way, all three of these players have been our chip leader. And at one point, all three of these players have been our short stack.
Yeah.
Keep This Flat, by the way, was our short stack at the start of the final table and still in there. Anybody still in the free roll? Anybody? Is it still going on, by the way?
Is the free roll still going on? Anyone tell us? And is anyone in it from our chat? Oh, bingo flop for Prodigy here.
Yeah, and it's blind on blind. You have a pair. I mean, you're not hating it if you have a 5, right? You've got a call.
Yeah. Wayne Union is still in. Go on, Wayne Union. And Vic is still in as well. Is that right, Vic?
Go get it. How many players are left?
You're 11th. How many are left? We've got 2 still in. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
How many players left, guys? Do a win.
Yeah, win this. That's what we want you to do. Win it, and then become a free roll folk hero. You will be immortalized in our chat. Wayne Union, you too. This will be great for you if you win a ticket and win the tournament. You got an all in and a call. King 8 in trouble. Oh, they are drawing dead. That's it.
That's it. Keep this flat. A great run. The short stack warrior for so long came into this final table as the shortest stack. Got to a massive chip lead 3-handed. and then ended up third. What a roller coaster! And they were worth $200.
Yep. Keep this flat. I've been saving this all day, Nick. Keep this flat. You have been evicted.
Ah, good UK reference.
Yes. They are gone in third place. How much did they charge them? Not a bad payday, though. Keep this flat. With the bounties and the third place money, they win about $4,600.
Nice. Well played. Sentence Fish tells us there are 48 left in the free roll, and we've got 2 of them. Good luck, Vic and Waynunian.
Go, go, go. 2 players left here. Heads Up Poker, Prodigy versus Alteo. Alteo. Oh, we got an all in the call here. There's a jack. It could be over. A king ends it. Not a king.
There we go.
And I was about to say a 4-1 chip advantage for Prodigy. This might not last long. And, well, we had an all in, but Alteo does double up, and we've got a match now.
Yeah, we do. Playing for over $2,000 between first and second, plus the bounties. So a big match. Significant.
Oh, Waynunian is out in 47th. Good run, though. GG, Waynunian.
Really good run. Well played. GG's.
Just a heads up here, Formici is still out of the free roll.
Continued GG's.
They're still out. The dream is dead. Well, the dream's only dead for a little bit because guess what? We're back next week. More magic next Monday.
Action card on the turn here with Osseo picking up the straight draw, Prodigy picking up the flush draw and a gut shot.
Took you a moment to realize that was a flush draw.
It's more the gut shot.
Yeah.
I got the four cards with the same patterns on. I got that really quickly.
Right. In fairness, I never saw the gut shot, so
Okay.
I was like, "What gut shot? Oh, there it is."
Well, I was. We've been on air for a while. I was doing this. Yeah, it's a gut shot. Yeah.
By the way, the gut shot would have been disastrous because if he hit the 8, it would have given Alteo the biggest straight. What a run! Alteo, by the way, now right in it. 69 big blinds in play, and Alteo's got 30 of them. Nothing there for either player. King high is good here.
I feel like Prodigy's been a little bit more aggressive than Alteo at the final table. Doesn't mean that much. Heads up's a specific format, but let's see what happens.
This is one of those weird spots where you could theoretically bet a king high for value. I mean, there's 3 4s out there. You don't have to bet it. I would be betting an ace high for value for sure.
Yep, no doubt.
Yeah, the queen is a good check back. You're probably not getting a king or an ace to fold. It's going to be tough for you to get value from anything worse. So you just check it back. And look at this, 36 big blinds to 35 big blinds. We are in a dead heat. Queen 10 versus queens. Alteo putting on a show. By the way, it was a long run to get here. But amazingly, these are the 2 players that came in 1-2 in chips at the final table.
Oh, yeah. God, that's so weird.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
it has been a roller coaster ride, but somehow these players are still here.
We could have cut out the middleman.
Seems like it. Prodigy looking for a king to make Broadway. Queens are best. Nick, do you want to hand out those last 2 tickets, or
Do I want to hand out the last 2 tickets or before the end?
you want to make? Okay, we can make him stick around.
I don't even know if Lime's done got the winners.
She has.
Oh, she's so efficient. I don't want to like get into the whole contest thing and then the tournament ends. It's messy, David. Because if we don't get the clip of you getting excited at the end, we got nothing. We got no content from this.
That's a good point.
3 hours of no content. I mean, it's a disaster.
I feel like we can do it pretty quick.
No, we can't. You never do it quick.
Okay, fair enough. We'll wait then. We'll wait, everybody. Listen, you're the mayor. I just defer to you.
They've come this far. They are desperate enough for a ticket to wait another however many minutes it's going to be.
Good point. I can't imagine it's going to be like 800 minutes. It's not going to be that long. I mean, there aren't that many big blinds in play.
If it gets to 100 more minutes, then we'll definitely just say who's won.
Okay, fair enough. Queen high versus ace high, and ace high is going to win that every time. And look at this. Alteo now with a chip lead and reasonably sizable now. 33 big blinds to 22 big blinds. Only 55 big blinds in play.
Yeah, Prodigy still just needs to remain calm here. They still got a stack where Alteo can't really call it off very often and feel confident about doing so. So they still got something to work with.
By the way, I'm very visual today. I imagine you saying, Prodigy just needs to stay calm here, and they're running around their room going, ah!
Why haven't I won yet? Why? I just think they've had Firestarter on a loop for the last 3 hours.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Darryl Donnie says, I think I would vote David to be the mayor if he wore his baseball cap. I had my baseball cap on correctly for the first 2 hours of the show. Okay. I needed to rally, so I turned it backwards.
Bill Donnie came late tonight.
Yes.
Hi, Zil Remo, coming in very late. Good to see you. Good to see you all.
Oh, by the way, everybody, the Wheel of Justice spin is also going to happen at the end of the show. If you've redeemed 4,000 Twitch points, you are on that wheel. But you need to stick around because you need to be here in the chat to win. Don't go anywhere. Nothing makes us more sad than seeing somebody win, especially somebody that we know and that supports the show, and then them not getting their ticket.
It's brutal. Horrible stuff.
Flush draw versus a pair of deuces. Now a wheel draw to go along with the deuces. Leo Geiger predicting pain today. Says 12 respins today. Leo Geiger, did you just wake up and say, I choose violence today?
I think because we've been on air a long time, he figures people might have not stuck the course. Our chat never leave.
No, I have faith. I have faith. What's up,
Twos
Noodaloo?
and fours for Alteo. Does Prodigy bluff at this? Obviously, they don't win very often when they just turn their hand over, but they also have a very short stack. If they did decide to make it really bluffy, it would be really interesting.
And they do.
If Alteo calls, they win.
Wow.
And I call David.
I mean, I'll give Prodigy credit. They are targeting that exact hand from a results-oriented standpoint. What a great play from Prodigy. I mean, they move all in. They get the folds and the deuce.
I said a few minutes ago, they have stayed very aggressive, Prodigy. I think they've played a very good final table.
That's a really impressive shove. You wonder how good a hand Alteo is folding there. Do they fold a queen, which was second pair?
Yeah, I wonder.
I mean, you could probably argue that the queen and the deuce are the same, right? I mean, your opponent's not shoving like a better queen or something, right?
Right.
Ooh, a pair of deuces here for versus a straight draw.
Just a reminder, these two players are playing for over $2,000 plus each other's bounty. So there is some pressure here, even though the stacks are short. Maybe it looks a bit automatic, but there's definitely pressure.
Oh, there's a raise here. The chips could go in. I mean, I do believe sometimes the players get a little tired as well. I mean, we've been going on for, nearly 3 hours. There does kind of get that, like, I'm tired. I've got a hand. I'm not going to fold. And look at this.
Also, Prodigy, is kind of thinking, what's Alteo supposed to have? They are going to put it in.
They're putting it in. A straight draw, flush draw, a three on the river. Wow.
Bad luck, Prodigy. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, these players are just ready to go. They were like, you know what? We've been gambling enough. Pretty sick. Alteo does not hit the straight, does not hit the flush, but the pair of threes to win the tournament. They're going to win the last 2 bounties as well. That's what happens when you win the tournament. You get to keep your own. So it's an extra $102 added on. Prodigy came in as the chip leader, exits in second place, takes home nearly $7,000. But Alteo's our winner, will win over $9,000 when it's all said and done. And, of course, our respect and our love. Well done.
Totally. They both played really good tournaments and final tables. Hard to think of a sort of significant mistake from either of them. Just was Alteo's day. So well done to them. We've got 2 $109 tickets to give away. What was the question you asked me, David Tuckman?
I asked you, what was the longest, in honor of this final table, what was the longest final table you have ever commentated on in minutes?
So I know the ballpark. I can't remember the exact one. There were a few of them earlier in my career, as we were saying, that people were worse at structures. It's somewhere around the 13, 14 hour mark, like stuff that started at like 2 p.m. and finished at about 4 a.m.
Wow.
I know for a fact, because I know the Poker Tour I was working on, I know that there were 2 or 3 like that. So it was somewhere around there. I went for 825 minutes.
And that is the exact right answer. Yeah. I have been following your career from the start.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what is right. And you not only did you nail it, you nailed it right on the minute. 825 minutes is the exact right answer. If you guessed 800,
who is in my brain?
Well, if you guessed 825, you might have won. No money player said 812.
They're
well
very
done.
good at the guessing. Well
and look
done,
at this one. My ex Eminem said 823. 2 minutes off.
Nice.
That's insane. Well, if you want a ticket, make sure you pay attention to your whispers so Lime Ricky can get you your ticket. Congratulations, No Money Playa and My Ex Eminem. And congratulations, I'm going to do a preemptive congratulations to those of you who win the Wheel of Justice. We are about to spin the wheel, everybody.
This is exciting.
It really is.
Well done to Scutters Jr. for nearly getting it right, but you didn't quite get there. Lots of people on the wheel. If you want to be on the wheel next week, you just need to redeem 4,000 Twitch points before next week's show. As you can see, lots of people have done that. I hope you do it next week. You must be in the chat to win. Let's spin the wheel. There she goes. The Wheel of Poker Justice only ever lands on people that have been good during the week. You must behave yourself if you want to win. And somebody that has been good is GavPat9. GavPat9. Are you in the chat? Are you in the chat, GavPat9? I've never met you or heard from you before, but that doesn't mean you're not here. It's a $109 ticket, folks. A huge prize. You could have played in the tournament that we just watched.
Yep. Is GavPat9 the strong, silent type who doesn't talk in chat but is here? GavPat9.
5, 4.
Oh,
3, 2, 1. It's the cruelest phrase in show business. Respin time. Respin the wheel of Poker Justice.
The wheel.
GavPat is not a winner anymore, I'm afraid. Sad times. Our next person to not be here. Oh, Noob Frost Mage must be here.
Noob Frost Mage. That's right. You're a noob, but you're frosty, and you are a mage, and you have just won a $109 ticket if you're here. Are you here, noob?
If you're here. Noob. Oh, my God. Oh, this already looks bad, because I haven't actually heard them chat today.
Yeah, it's rare. They're almost always here. This is painful. I mean, respinning is always painful, but especially for the people that are part of our stream and part of our community week after week. Noob Frost Mage, 5,
4, 3, 2. This is bad.
Oh.
Bad luck, Noob. It's over. It's over. You've acted like a noob.
Nobody tell them. Don't tell them, please.
Experienced viewers should know to be here in chat when the wheel is spun. Let's respin this bad boy. We must get winners. David Putman and I contractually obliged to stay on air until the tickets are given away.
Fox Force 42, baby. That's right. Coming to your local television station. It's Fox Force 42.
I think I've seen Fox Force.
Yeah, they're here. They're definitely here. Congratulations, Fox Force. You got to be here, right? Yes! That's right, Fox Force 42. Just a bunch of little foxes bringing the force.
Just
42 of them.
Imagine 42 foxes. That would be quite intimidating.
Right?
Well done. You won a $109 ticket. We got one more left to give away to someone that's
more.
been good this week. Spin the wheel of poker justice.
4
Find us
spins.
the winner. A very strong siren work after 3 hours, David. You put your heart and soul into that. Piano Cat.
Aw, so
Piano
sweet.
Cat, a regular contributor. Piano Cat, are you in the chat tonight? If you are,
Hey.
you've won.
Piano's here. Go on, Piano. Go on,
Always.
Piano Cat. We're
Yeah,
waiting.
don't have gone to bed. They obviously at this time the danger is that people have fallen asleep.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine you fell asleep watching and you woke up and
That's
you won.
why I have the siren.
I know, it's so helpful.
I'm trying to wake him up.
Oh, this looks bad because
Oh,
Piano Cat's
Piano
usually-
Cat.
This is bad.
5,
We have to be fair. 4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2. Oh, come on.
1.
1.
No, Piano Cat, so sad. So sad, but the rules are the rules. It's a brutal contest. Respin the wheel of poker justice.
Respin it, baby.
Sorry, Piano Cat. Sorry, Noob Cross Maze. Don't know what to tell you. You must be in chat to win. You must be in chat to win. PVD 2015.
That's not a real person.
This doesn't sound likely. PVD 2015. Are you in chat?
Oh, Leo Geiger said we're going to do 12 of these.
Well, we've done a few.
This is 5.
This is 5.
PVD 2015. Are you in a
Are you
time
in
machine?
chat?
Are you back in 2015? Are you here with us?
So we didn't get to the third break, but we did actually get to kind of the third break in terms of how long this has taken. 5, 4, 3,
Come on, PVD.
2,
PVD.
1. No, PVD, PV done. Out of here. Respin the wheel of poker justice. We must find a winner. Next week's show starts in 6.5 days' time. UKR Stradivari.
Oh, they're here, right? UK's got to be here. Stradivari.
Stradivari.
Come on, Stradivari.
You've fiddled yourself to a win. You must be here to claim the prize. This I'm not. I'm getting a bit sleepy, to be honest, Dave.
My arm is tired.
Yeah, your arm must be tired. It's very strong spinning.
I've been working out.
Stradivari, this is off-key stuff. 5, 4, 3. This might be the most spins we've had as well. 2, 1.
I'm gonna listen. Who won the
Respin.
tournament? I forgot who won the tournament already. It's been so long.
Respin. How many? Is this 7? Is this 7? This is our 7th spin. This is terrible stuff.
Watch it, brother.
brother. Watch it, brother. Are you watching the stream?
Yeah, watch it, brother. Or if you are, watch it, brother's brother. Tell him.
Watch it, brother is here.
Yay!
You've been good all week, and there's your reward. Only 7 spins, you cynical lot. It wasn't even close to 12.
Oh.
David, you've reached the end of what can only be described as a punchy, tight, rapid-fire show.
Yes. An entertaining show, nonetheless, and a lot of fun. I want to thank all of you for being here, and of course,
Thank you,
Lon
chat.
Ricky, our amazing moderator, Hayden. Thank you all for being here
Thanks,
and supporting
team.
us. Congratulations, Watch It, brother. Congratulations to all of you who have won a ticket. Again, make sure your whispers are set to public so you can get them from Lime Ricky and get your ticket. Big congratulations to Alteo for winning the tournament. For Nick Wealthall, I'm David Tuckman. Good night. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Good night.